everybody. Live again on another Tuesday night. We are Get the Tables podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tony, with my co-host tonight, the bizarre one, Dave. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Doing good.
All right, so
you sound good.
Yeah, you sound great. Welcome, everybody. I see everybody coming into the chat room over on Periscope. We are also live, everyone, on Twitch. We're also live on YouTube. So if you haven't already gone over there and followed us on Twitch and also follow us over on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody inviting their followers. I see a little bit of some people popping in. I see Aaron from PWP Nation. How you doing? Adam Bomb, Bizarre 1000 entering the chat room. Revisionist Booking, Jody, what's up? Truth and Loyalty, what's up, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Quite a bit to talk about. We'll run over Raw. We'll run over SmackDown Live. Get you guys ready for the Royal Rumble coming up. It should be hopefully a good show. And are you excited for Royal Rumble this Sunday night, Dave?
Yeah, just because it's the Rumble. I think I am. Yeah. I mean, the Rumble match itself, to me, is always exciting. I'm not looking forward to who's probably winning the two matches, but I mean, I'm excited for just the aspect of the Rumble itself, because us as fans, longtime fans, I mean, this is always one of those cool matchups, the Royal Rumble. They always set up something. So I'm excited for the Rumble, but not so much, I think, what's going to end up. But I always like seeing different stuff happen, like different scenarios, whether you get a triple threat match, a four-way, five, you get so many different guys in there at once. It's really cool.
Yeah, and you get like potential one-on-one matchups that you probably will never see, possibly in the WWE as well. So it should be fun. Royal Rumbles are always fun. It's always fun, guessing who's coming out next or whatever have you. So it should be hopefully a really good show. Excuse me. So I know a lot of people, I see Adam Bomb just wants to skip through Raw, but I want to touch a little bit on Raw before we get to SmackDown Live tonight, because SmackDown Live was a pretty good show. We had the 2 out of 3 falls match. You had Mustafa Ali take on Samoa Joe as well. But let's get to Raw, where we saw Brock Lesnar on Raw last night. I'm not sure if he was advertised beforehand or not, but it was kind of shocking to see him live on Raw last night, and Paul Heyman there as well. We also had Vince McMahon on Raw as well, along with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. And Finn Balor did end up coming out there as well, and Braun Strowman. But it was basically stacking the odds more against Finn Balor, saying that, there's no chance he can win. It's David versus Goliath. Pretty much saying that there's no chance in hell, no pun intended, that Balor is going to win this Sunday night against Brock Lesnar. We also saw Braun Strowman on Raw. He was in action against Finn Balor. So my question to you and everyone in the chat room, is it a good possibility that we see Braun Strowman get involved in this particular night?
Yeah, I would say so, because it's strange, because all of a sudden Braun's cleared now a week later after they basically just decided to go another way. So I'm kind of confused on that. Did something happen? Obviously, he must have.
Possibly. Maybe Braun Strowman just helps Finn Balor defeat Brock Lesnar. Is that something that you would want to see, or do you just want to see Balor and Lesnar go at it, see how the match goes, probably ends up with Brock winning?
Well, among a lot of us fans, I've said it, Alex has said it, I think Red Sox fans have said it, that a lot of us see similarities in, like, the Eddie and Brock match when Goldberg cost Brock the match, and it set that up. Could we go in a different route? Let's say it goes like this, and that does happen. Would people be satisfied with seeing Brock versus Strowman in a no titles online, just wrestling at WrestleMania, and you have Finn versus everyone's favorite, if it goes down that way, versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title?
I don't know. Do you think that Brock would still be wanting to be a part of the WWE if he's not the champion?
I do, because why not? He's going to get paid big money anyway.
That's very true. He will get paid the big bucks. What's up, Beast Mode? How you doing tonight? Like you said, it's just kind of weird how all of a sudden, Braun Strowman was, he hasn't had any physical action the last couple of weeks. We haven't had that infamous stare down between the two on Raw a couple of weeks ago where it looked like Braun Strowman was just stumbling over lines, and it was just that awkward little silence in between the two. And that time Brock even comes down to the ring and then Strowman's just standing there. And then so all of a sudden he has a match with Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar at ringside. And then Brock ends up getting involved in the match and costs pretty much Braun the Strowman the match against Finn Balor, protecting Finn going on to a Royal Rumble. But we've seen these type of storylines before. We know this is not the organic storyline where Daniel Bryan just kind of shot up out of nowhere and became the world champion at WrestleMania. Excuse me. But is it a possibility that they're kind of playing up to the storyline to where they make you think that there's no chance Finn Balor wins? He also said on an ESPN interview over the weekend, that he will not bring out the Demon Balor for this match. I mean, it's more stacking the odds against Finn Balor. Do you think there's a possibility that he wins on Sunday night? Because this storyline is a lot familiar to the old ones where, they stack the odds against the little guy and he ends up winning the match.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's an or are we getting one of those classics? It's a swerve, bro. It's a swerve because they're making you think the deck is stacked against Finn Balor. Oh, Finn Balor can actually win this match. And then Brock just beats him. They make you believe he can win the match. I mean, granted, nothing against Finn Balor, but I think if Brock was going to lose a big match, I think it would have been to like AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan when they had those two matches at 2 Survivor Series back. I think those would have been the matches to have Brock lose big. But, I mean, they could easily do the Strowman and Brock thing and have Strowman cost Brock the match. Finn Balor gets his little coup de grace on Brock and beats him 1, 2, 3, and he's the champion. And it makes everyone happy because they have the Universal title on Raw again, which is going to mean nothing. But okay, to me, the title means nothing on Raw at all. It doesn't. You don't need the title on Raw at all. That's everyone's go-to complaint about Brock being champ. The title's not on Raw every single week. Blah blah blah. We need the title every week. No, we don't. We don't need the world title. I mean, seriously, what does it do differently? What did it do differently when Roman Reigns was champion? Not a damn thing. Nothing happened differently. One title defense. That was it.
Let's run through the chat room real quick. What's up, Budweiser? How you doing tonight? Alice, Adam Baum, Bob Aruski, Dave from New Jersey, Truth and Loyalty, Jeffrey Cross in here as well. Bob, thank you guys for popping in. Red Sox fan as well. All I know, Corbin's storyline has been still for a few. Oh, man, Corbin is as still as... Oh, my God. We will get to Baron Corbin here in a few. Excuse me. I like it when before the match started, Brock was about to leave like he had a plane catch. I have no... Oh, you can't see chat room, Annabelle? That's a shame. No, Braun deserves to beat Brock for the belt, says Dave from New Jersey, talking about your match. Would they be interested in just a singles match at WrestleMania? Vince was better on Raw than SmackDown. Hillbilly line was classic. I think Finn gets beat down before the match and Braun comes out as the replacement. They should make it a triple threat. This match isn't main eventing right. Do you think this match main events Royal Rumble? You would have to assume. My question to you, Dave.
Well, it is Brock.
Out of the 2 Royal Rumbles, and this is to the chat room as well, which one is the more important one? Which one do you think would main event? I'm thinking the women are going to main event again.
Well, because they did main event last year, so do they switch it up and have the men's Rumble main event this year and kind of go back and forth a little bit? Now, granted, what's bigger? Ronda Rousey's whoever faces Ronda or Auska, or who faces Brock or who Daniel Bryan? Say everyone keeps their belt. Say that. Then is that the bigger one? I mean, it's Ronda's first year as champion. It's her year debut. It'll be 1 year since she debuted at the Rumble last year.
You sound kind of far, Dave. A little bit closer.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I would
Perfect.
think because of Ronda.
Yeah, you would probably be. Yeah, because you're going to hear it all night, most likely. After, more than likely, Ronda defeats Sasha Banks. That who's going to be the next in line to possibly face Ronda or maybe Becky or Auska, one of the two out of SmackDown Live. So you would have to assume that possibly the women's main event Royal Rumble. Could they? open up the show with a world title match, you think? Maybe Styles and Bryan open up Royal Rumble?
I would hate to see that, but I can see it happening. I mean, I would hate to see. I think at least with the other matches, I don't know if they're both on the kickoff show. Is it the cruiserweight title and the U.S. title both on the kickoff show?
I think they said, I know tonight they announced that the Cruiserweight was on the pre-show, which if you all didn't see, what's up, Bob? How you doing? Okay. That Shawn Michaels, everybody. If you're not interested in the 205 Live match, thank you for the super hard spot. Shawn Michaels will be on the pre-show panel. That gives you a reason to watch, the pre-show in itself. The Mr. Royal Rumble, the guy who won the Royal Rumble, I think, from number 1. Remember that, Dave? The first guy to be in number 1 and win it. Remember that? I know you do. Remember that?
Yeah, you know what? Ric Flair did it too.
Ric Flair, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Well, Ric Flair was number 2, I believe.
Yeah, so there you go. Shawn was number 1, always will be, and he'll be on the panel with I think Jerry the King Lawler. They announced as well. I'm not sure. Yeah. So.
Well, but talking about that, I mean, I think. Did anyone see that video Daniel Bryan put out about Hideo Itami? I mean, man. That was pretty well put someone over, talking about how he still can't hear out his left ear because Hideo Itami kicked him in the head.
If HBK is going to win the Rumble instead of someone else won it, right? Yeah, his career did end in Phoenix. Yeah. That's crazy how that ends up being that way.
Did you lose a smile there?
Hey, just come on, relax now. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
About this opening match.
With Strowman and Balor?
Balor. Yeah, Strowman. Because I thought, oh, crap, there goes Balor's shot. They're about to make him lose this match.
Here's the thing that was funny to me was when Balor and Strowman are going at it, and Strowman throws him to the outside of the ring. Brock catches him and suplexes him, and the ref doesn't DQ him. But not even 10, maybe 5 minutes later, Brock goes in there and F5s Balor, and it's a disqualification. The refs were funky all night, Monday night, and I think like you said on Speeds and the Benchmark show that it seemed like they were taking a lot of shots at the NFL last night with all the referee stuff going on over the weekend. So it was just a weird night with the referees last night.
Especially with that match, with Hawkins as a referee, where he catches every freaking call. This ain't a match to really talk about, but I'll make sure we'll get there. But it's just funny. Every little cheating move that the Revival did in that match, and he caught every single one. So he picked every.
Hey, what's up, Budweiser? Welcome to the Twitch chat room. Don't forget, everybody, we are also live on Twitch. If you have Twitch. We are live at Get the Tables. It's how we spell it on Twitter. So jump over to Twitch and drop it follow. We'd really appreciate that.
Follow.
Yeah, we already have up to 11 followers already for just being live over the weekend. Right. So we do appreciate everybody's support on that channel. Thank you. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was a little disappointed in this opening match because I was hoping it was going to get a clean finish when Brock comes in. Yeah, like you said, people were wondering, he threw Balor into Brock or whatever it was, and it's like, where's the DQ?
Juanito in the chat. What's up, man?
So it was weird. But, yeah, like you said, they were going at it. Letting them play. They're letting them play.
Brandon Apter's in the chat room as well. Thank you very much for joining us, my friend. He's already signed up for a shirt already. If you haven't seen our shirts, everybody, let's pop it up on the screen. Those cheap advertisement here. These are our shirts that will be coming out next month. I already talked to the artist. He will be starting the shirt and stuff, the shirt artwork this coming week, I believe. So if you haven't already, let us know if you might be interested. We'll be selling them for $15. Nothing crazy. So we do appreciate any type of support you can do for the show. This little cheap plug. So Balor gets the disqualification win. He still gets F5'd by Brock. Brock pretty much gets one over on Finn Balor. Coming into Royal Rumble itself, when they first made this announcement that it was going to be Balor versus Brock, I gave it about a 5% chance Balor wins this match. Now seeing what's going on with them putting more odds against him, and now we're possibly not going to see the Demon, for some reason I think his chances have increased a little bit, especially with Braun being back in action. Do you think, does your choice change with Braun still being the champ at the end of the night?
Brock.
Did I say Braun? I'm sorry, Brock. Yes.
Yeah. I still think Brock would win, but I think with Vince McMahon, with all them doing this whole, Finn doesn't stand a chance type thing. They're making he's trying to get the fans more behind Finn Balor. Say, he can do it. We believe in him. And this whole Balor Club thing, the Balor Club's behind him and they believe in him. And that's what they're trying to build up more momentum. So they have it for him going into the show, which they haven't really done a great job on. Granted, it's only been 2 weeks, so it's hard to build up something in such a short time. Which, again, baffles a lot of us, I think, because it's like, if Braun's clear, then why was he taken out of the match? And all of a sudden, Balor's in the match.
And they haven't even really announced if Braun is in the Royal Rumble or not. So you would have to expect now that he's cleared that he would be in the Royal Rumble. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who the final four of the men's Royal Rumble is going to be. Now, kind of just skipping over a couple of spots. Let's get to... most fans are already behind Balor before this. I agree with you. A lot of people are not interested in this match because of size alone. It's not supposed to be believable that Finn Balor, the size of, his size, can go in there and beat a monster like Brock. I can understand that. But it's wrestling. We've seen crazier things happen. And it is David versus Goliath. There's always a chance Balor can get one over on Brock, even if it is with the help of Braun Strowman. But I don't think it's going to be a bad match at all. I think this will be a good match, depending on how WWE books it. I'm hoping it's not a squash, which I don't think it would be.
No, would you agree that yes, a lot of fans are behind Finn Balor, but
Evening Mad
how
Dog.
many of those fans who are behind Finn Balor believe, he's going to get destroyed by Brock Lesnar? This way, doing it like this, they're giving us, a lot of us think, wait,
thank you, Bob.
Finn might actually win this match. The way they're building Brock up to be this over dominant, they're building it up like he's going to destroy Finn Balor. Doesn't stand a chance. So that's what they're doing, getting fans behind and maybe thinking like, Finn might actually win this match. That's the difference.
Right, and
might go behind them.
And here's the thing too: is like you have guys that say, you got to respect everyone's opinion. That Balor's too small. He shouldn't be in there against giants like that. Then guys like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero. Guys that made fame by being small. I don't want to mention his name as well, but fuck it. Chris Benoit. These guys are not your typical world champions. So it matters what they do in the ring. And now Adam also makes a kind of good point. He says Balor's finisher is too weak, in my opinion, to beat Brock. What do you think about that?
I think done right, because you could have said the same thing about, would Brock, going back in time a little bit, if Eddie Guerrero just hit the frog splash and pinned Brock, would Brock get out probably? But I believe in that match, he got speared, and then Eddie hit the frog splash 1, 2, 3. I could see something similar to where Brock gets hit by, say Strowman comes out and does something to Brock, hits him with a chair in the gut or something, and then Finn hits the coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, Finn beats Brock Lesnar.
I'm thinking jump on his chest is a bit it's a bit weak. Excuse me. I agree with after as well. I wouldn't eliminate a Braun run-in from happening. See, a lot of people are kind of expecting. Yeah. Now, do you think it was a bad idea with them having this match? Kind of would have been better to where you didn't have it so much that we're speculating already that Braun is going to show up to where we'd rather have been shocked to see Braun show up and cost him the match.
No, because I think when they had the match last night, too, they showed, wow, Finn Balor had Strowman beat. He was about to beat Braun Strowman because he was about to hit his coup de grace, and then here comes Brock. It looked like Balor was about to beat another giant, and boom. So it made Balor look really strong that, hey, he might have a chance against Brock and beating him. So that's what I did there. And I get what you're saying. Should they have left it alone? Because it seems like they're turning Strowman heel again, kind of-ish, with the whole Balor thing. So, I mean, it's kind of weird, but
let's go.
He's like the new Big Show, isn't he?
Yeah, basically. The running power slam
It's
for
like
Braun didn't beat Brock either. Yeah, Brock is kicked out of several finishers. It would have worked by when Brock had that stomach issue. Let's see. Dave from New Jersey said, "How could you get interested in it with just 2 weeks to promote it?" Yeah, that's true. Either way,
it's
Braun was
tough.
angry to lose the opportunity. So yeah, he could come in there and wreak havoc, and maybe he takes out both men. And somehow Balor is the one that gets up first
And
and
then
takes
triple
advantage of
threat.
it.
Does Brock? Here's the bigger question: does Brock defend the title at Elimination Chamber? Will he wrestle Elimination Chamber and possibly a triple threat match against, say, Balor and Strowman?
Yeah, because you would have to think if they want to make a huge splash, maybe get some newsworthy stuff going out. I know it's sad to say this, and he would probably be, he's a placement champion until next month, but maybe you have Balor win. Braun costs Brock the match. You do make it a triple threat at Elimination Chamber, and then you go. You have the match at WrestleMania. Maybe you get Braun and Finn Balor again at WrestleMania. I don't know. You have to assume with them adding and showing that Braun is not injured anymore, something is up. Something is bound to happen. But we could be all wrong. We could be all wrong about this whole what's going to happen. I'm already sick of Strowman and Brock, and they've barely wrestled each other. What's up, DX in the chat room? What's up, man? 2 pay-per-views in a row. No way Brock does. It says Peck and Rod. Now, one more question for you, Dave, before we move on to the round.
If it's his last run in the WE, I mean, I could see Brock doing the 2 pay-per-views in a row if it's the last one.
It would actually be technically 3 pay-per-views in a row if he wrestles at WrestleMania as well. What's up, Bliss? How you doing, man? All right. Balor announces on an interview on ESPN that he will not be bringing out the Demon for Brock Lesnar. He did it for Baron Corbin, so apparently Baron Corbin is a bigger threat to him than Brock Lesnar. But anyways, do you think this is a good idea? Because you would have to think if Balor is going to lose, it would really hurt the character of the Demon if Brock defeats him, don't you think? Or is him not having it is more, WWE kind of protecting that character?
Let me ask you this. It would be cool. What would be more cool? Let's throw it out there. Okay. Balor wins the title at Rumble, and then WrestleMania comes around, and he's defending the title. Whoever wins the Rumble match, and he comes out as the Demon at WrestleMania. That would be even better, I think, don't you?
I agree, and that's why I think, to me, and I could be totally wrong on this, which I probably am, that we're going to get maybe a Balor and Strowman match, and Balor brings out the Demon for Strowman. Possibly.
At WrestleMania?
It's going to be interesting to see what we do. Now, it seems like WWE is protecting the character of the Demon, because you would think he would have brought the Demon out for Brock, because, Brock is Demon worthy, that's for sure. Let's go through the chat real quick. This was done because Vince doesn't want Braun to lose again to Lesnar. That's a possibility as well. Excuse me. Let's see what else. I still think there's a surprise interference from the left field that leaves all gobsmacked Balor win. Is it possibly Lars Sullivan? Is another one? Could
I love who would put that in there.
That was our boy from the Australia. BJ Cafe Buccelli in the chat. Do you think maybe we see Lars Sullivan come out? Maybe cost Balor the match, and then we get a Balor and Lars feud.
That'd be interesting for sure. I mean, who from
I believe so, Bob Ruski.
Are we going to see EC3 pop up?
Oh, Jesus.
Just beat him up? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really know that. I don't think that's smart, because if this whole thing with Lars is true, then I doubt he's going to get this big of a spot without having him on TV at all. I mean, I can't see it.
Now, let's get to
unless they do something and Brock is officially leaving and Heyman isn't, and they do something where Lars comes out and beats up Brock Lesnar, and Lars becomes a new Heyman beast.
Some people in the chat room are putting Lars versus Braun would be fun at WrestleMania. That's another one that could be interesting to see. Now, we had a pose-off between Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Man, Lio Rush is just so damn great. But, they're kind of announcing that, Bobby Lashley isn't going to be doing no open challenges because, he's just not...
He's not a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Apollo Crews ends up interrupting Bobby Lashley. We get a pose off and eventually a match between the two guys. I was kind of hoping that we'd get something more out of this match. But to me, it seemed like, and I'm not trying to go there with the race card, but they did this because of MLK Day. Because of MLK Day, I feel like they threw out, Bobby Lashley and Crews just to kind of, show, that they have African Americans on the roster and one's a champion. What's up, Sock Monkey Mike? What's up, dude?
Oh, I expect Lashley not to lose the title in February either.
Right. So,
because it seemed, I hate to say that, I was thinking that after he lost, I'm like, man, they could have really done something with this. Or I was thinking something completely else. I'm like, man, it's like Bobby Lashley's mini-me. Can you imagine those two as like a team?
The pose-off was just stupid, man. The pose-off was it got me excited to where, oh man, we're going to get Crews and Lashley. This could be actually something good that, could be a really good match. But then you get the pose-off, which just kind of killed the whole moment. And then we get the match, and Bobby Lashley just basically destroys Crews. It looked like Crews had a shot for, 2 minutes, and then after that, it was just Lashley taking over and defeating him.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing because I would like to see more from Crews and Lashley.
Yeah, fans were into Apollo. That's what I'm saying. That's why I expected more out of this match. The fans were so behind Apollo during that pose off, and I know he was being silly up there and acting like kind of like a fool, but they were cheering for him. They were going for him, and that just shows you that this Bobby Lashley Leo Rush character is working. But I don't understand why they just couldn't just have a good match and have Lashley win instead of just kind of being a semi-squash match.
He did win.
No, like a semi-squash match, a better match is what I'm saying. Let's go through the chat room. Thank you for the kind words, Sock Monkey Mike. Really do appreciate that. I think Rollins is facing Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title. That's more than likely what's going to happen. Thank you, Kenobi, for the Super Hearts, man. Appreciate that. The way the setup is now, I can't really see the Super Hearts on the screen, but I do appreciate you guys supporting the show. Really do appreciate that. Give Apollo credit. Fans was into his. Yep, exactly. Well, they had Rollins compare his kayfabe troubles to MLK. Yeah, that was another one of that what the fuck moment where you had the Rollins promo, kind of comparing his life to MLK, and
that was a little strange.
That was just. Are we supposed to get? Was that supposed to get more of a following for him? I didn't.
I didn't like that whole thing where I was talking to Silky and Speeds last night, and I was saying I didn't really like how they had Rollins come out like that, and I just didn't, and it felt like he's overshadowing. Maybe he was overshadowing Apollo, maybe Lashley, and I thought Apollo could have won and they could have done something, but to have Rollins come out there and start talking about MLK Day and like he's starting to cry about everything. And
what's up, Chris? How you doing, man?
So he's mad, and it's just like. Go away, but that match was good with him and Drew. I'll give him credit for that. That match is good.
Now, they announced before Raw and during Raw as well. God, Seth is an even more garbage person than I thought. Yeah, it was not the smartest move by the WWE. Now we get to the match, and before the match, before Raw and the match started, they touched on Drew McIntyre. Pretty much causing John Cena to hurt his ankle during the Fatal 4-Way match last week. And apparently John Cena re-aggravated the injury during a workout session. And his Royal Rumble status is kind of up in the air. There's speculation about him. Maybe this is them writing off him because he has a movie coming up. Blah, 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 blah. But to me, this is just the writing on the wall. Hey, what's up, Speeds? Look, have you noticed I'm wearing the Speeds and the Benchmark t-shirt? Check them out every Mondays and Thursdays as well for supporters of the show as well. But anyways, to me, this is kind of showing you that this McIntyre and John Cena feud isn't going anywhere. They're really playing up to it. And what I'm predicting here on the show is John Cena will be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble because they're going to make it seem like he's not going to be there. And he's going to throw out Drew McIntyre. He's going to eliminate Drew McIntyre from the Royal Rumble to basically set up their match at WrestleMania. What do you think about that?
I don't know if it should be like that because then McIntyre's going to lose again. He loses.
No, I think he'd go over Cena. But him coming out and eliminating
I think it would make more
McIntyre, I mean,
sense him eliminating Cena, not Cena doing that.
but that's just to get him back, you know? Because it's been McIntyre and Cena the whole last couple of weeks, and it's been McIntyre just giving it to Cena for the last couple of weeks as well, beating him, just terrorizing him on the microphone, and then causing him to be hurt, possibly not being able to go in the Rumble. You don't think that Cena would want to get some revenge on him? Show up, get in there, and throw him out?
Cena eliminates him, I can see, and not Drew eliminating Cena.
No, yeah, Cena comes in there and eliminates McIntyre to set up the match,
I
the
thought
feud
I thought
at
you
WrestleMania.
said Drew eliminates Cena.
No. Cena eliminates McIntyre.
Yeah, okay.
And we get their match at WrestleMania.
And we know, I mean, honestly, we know if they let John Cena
Thank you for the Super Heart Speeds.
He could destroy Drew McIntyre on the microphone. They just let him go. We know he could.
I don't know about destroy, but it would be a very good back and forth.
I don't know anyone who can. I don't know anyone in the WWE right now who can go toe to toe with John Cena.
I mean, McIntyre's pretty good on the microphone, and
look what Cena did to The Rock.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Freaking a killer on promos.
Let's jump into the chat real quick. John Cena is becoming a part-timer as much as he denies it. Maybe Cena will show up and win the Rumble. Oh, God. Imagine if Cena won the Royal Rumble, man. Such a storyline injury. Bullshit, says Bob Ruski, talking about Cena being hurt. McIntyre should be headlining Mania, says Brandon Apter. Reportedly, it was Lars Cena by that ship, but that ship failed. Yep. Sailed, excuse me. The rumors were Lars and Cena.
Another route.
What's that?
You know? Why not go a match? I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm not sure anybody else would want to see it, but I wouldn't mind seeing Cena and EC3.
Yeah, I know a lot of people wanted EC3 to interrupt Cena a couple of weeks ago, but the way they have been booking EC3, does it really make you think that he has any chance to defeat John Cena? Talk about getting destroyed on the mic. I think EC3 would get murdered on the microphone against John Cena.
He doesn't have to defeat him. And to me, John Cena's in that veteran role now where
exactly
the guys. I mean, because when AJ Styles beat John Cena clean, I was shocked at SummerSlam that year. I was like, wow, really? That was like whoa.
It's funny that you mentioned EC3.
He doesn't have to beat him, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
What are they doing with that man?
I don't know. Beating Cena, facing Cena seems like a step down for Drew McIntyre to face Cena.
Yeah, but Cena has that nostalgia. He has the credibility for Cena with the title reigns and his reign on top for quite some time. You would have to think a win against John Cena is pretty huge. You don't agree?
Yeah, but I guess beating John Cena in 2019 would be huge, I guess. I don't know if it's still the same thing. It's not the same John Cena, though.
Yeah.
It's not the same John Cena that AJ Styles.
I agree. It's out of his. He's not in his prime anymore. It's like beating Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he's not
now one-on-one.
As the Wizards.
Right, yeah. And when, compared to 20 years ago. I got you. I feel you on that. So he promoted him winning number 17 just for him to get injured. I don't know about that, but that's the big question too. Is John Cena ever going to get that 17th title? Seems like he would eventually get it. No, he hasn't. He wants to get it. Is why he came back.
I thought he got it last year.
No, I don't think so.
He beat AJ Styles last year at the Rumble.
I think that was 16. I believe.
Oh, I thought it was 16. I thought it was already 17.
Oh, you mean mute EC3? Sorry, he's not allowed to speak. Yeah, what is up with that? I get it. He's doing that kind of Lex Luger, excuse me, Lex Luger narcissist back in the day gimmick to where he's just staring at himself in the mirror. It seems like he hasn't said a word. You have damn Dana Brooks sitting there, standing next to him, talking to him, and he's just kind of looking like an idiot. Would you mind him being like that narcissist role where he brings out a mirror to the ringside, checks himself out every match? Would you want that, or do you? I know it's been done.
How many times?
Exactly, I understand that, but do you think that could work with EC3 the way they're kind of promoting him right now? Every time we see him, he's in front of a mirror.
If he's going to talk and cut down the audience, then yeah, I think it could. But if he's just going to be looking at the mirror doing nothing, being like an idiot, He might need a mouthpiece, but
that's true, Speeds. I gotta agree with you on that.
Maybe Dana Brooke could be his mouthpiece.
I said that last night. And what about maybe Dana Brooke being his kind of protege? Maybe she's his manager. Maybe she
mouthpiece was a poor choice of word.
Right. Babaruski wasn't feeling that. He thought, keep him off, keep her away from EC3. Because we've all seen the potential EC3 has. He's no slouch. He wasn't booked very good on NXT. We've all agreed on that. But if you've seen his stuff in Impact, this guy is no slouch. He can go on the mic. He can have some good matches. It's just kind of weird how they're portraying him. Because on Raw as well, we saw Lacey Evans. She got mic time. And then we saw Heavy Machinery, who've been on Raw back-to-back weeks, even had a match. So
we got to talk about that. Talk about that tonight.
It's just kind of weird how they're kind of debuting EC3 out of this. It's just he seems to be the odd man out on the whole debut. Got Lars Sullivan, but that seems to be a self issue. With this, it's just kind of WWE not really knowing what to do with EC3. You there? Did we lose Dave? Oh my gosh. I think hold on. Yeah, we lost Dave. Let me get Dave back up in just a second. All right. But we're still live here. EC3 could cut a promo why does he need her? Oh, why he needs her. Yeah, that's true. He's the best here. The best there. No, come on. Oh god, yeah, poor Ascension. They lose again. So hold on, let me get Dave back here. Damn. Using Discord for the first time, and then it crashes on us. How about that? Oh, gosh. I might have to send him something else. Hold on. Sorry for the delay, everybody. So everyone is going to call up, going to Raw, because not one showed up on SmackDown tonight. Dave won't go so... Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It just kind of Discord just laid an egg on us. Let's try to get it back. I'm going to get it on here. See if it works on here. So yeah, doesn't look like they know what they're going to be doing with the EC3, which is a shame because I was very excited when they eventually called him up to the main roster. And now it just seems like they don't know what to do with him, which is a damn shame. Let me just get him up on here real quick. So we got Lacey Evans last night as well making an appearance. I'm wondering what you guys thought of Lacey Evans' kind of interview, kind of announcing herself into the Royal Rumble. And also Alexa Bliss, who seemingly looked like she wasn't going to be able to wrestle anymore, announcing last night that she will be in the Royal Rumble. I know a lot of you guys are not big, Alexa Bliss fans, and you all have your own reasons why. Some people don't think she's a good wrestler, yada, yada, yada. But it just seems like, it's just weird that they brought her. Man, it says I have no internet. That's why I can't get Dave back on it, which is weird. Sorry, everybody. I know I'm just blabbing. Yeah, Lacey Evans definitely has that swagger. I'm curious to see what they actually do with Lacey Evans, because the way they've been debuting her, you would think that she is going to be getting some type of a push pretty soon on on Raw or SmackDown or wherever she lands. And then, also you had the whole, oh my God, that Rumble at the beginning was just absolute crap. Horrible. Let me see if I can get Dave back up on here. Sorry, everybody. Apologies. Let me go through the chat real quick. EC3 versus Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. They already teased it. Did they really? Oh, well, you're talking about the backstage segment. That wasn't really much of a tease, but I see what you mean there. All right, let's see here. Huh. I can't give Dave back up. Did you guys do picks for the Rumble already? Yes, we did. We did it on Saturday. We did a prediction show on Saturday. Let's see if I can get... Let me do this real quick. Yeah. It's so weird. It says we good, everyone. My fault. Calling Dave up so you might see... Oh, wrong person. Okay. Calling Dave back up, everybody. My fault, everybody. Oh, crap. Are we still live? Or did we lose connection?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I think are we
I
still
don't
live
know.
on Periscope? Are we still good? Thumbs up if we're still live on Periscope, everybody. Yeah, we're back. We're back. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, Dave. I'm sorry about that. So
I don't know.
yeah, it just my whole internet just kind of crapped on me there. Oh, thank you for the super hearts. We good. We good. We good. We're good. All right, it's restarted my whole. Yeah, I didn't mean to call you Brandon after on Discord. My apologies. All right, so what did you think of? Have you been thinking of EC3's debuting so far? Debut so far? Do you think this is their way of saying that they don't really know what they want to do with him yet? Do you think EC3 is in possible trouble?
I don't know. I mean, I feel bad. It's like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Is this still because he was in TNA/Impact Wrestling? Is this because of that? That makes you wonder, is he getting this crap gimmick right now and just see what he does with it type thing, you know? And that's what it seems like to me. Because we used to hear the stories that Vince McMahon, if you were from WCW back in the day and you were a big star, he would kind of break you down and build you up type thing. Because even AJ had it rough for a year when he came there.
Yeah, and it's just kind of sad what they're doing with EC3, because like we said, they've had Lacey Evans on the show. They had Heavy Machinery twice in a row on Raw. They haven't had a match. They won the match. It seems like they're very high on certain wrestlers, but EC3, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yes, you did call me back after. I do appreciate everybody coming back into the show. I'm not sure what happened. I think our internet just kind of poo-pooed on us for a second, but we're back. I did again appreciate everybody's support. One more cheap little plug: we're live on Twitch as well. So if you have Twitch, please jump over onto the twitch.com/get the tables, how it's spelled on Twitter. I'd really appreciate a follow on there. And we're also on YouTube as well. I Get the Tables podcast if you want to jump over there. We do appreciate everybody dropping the super hearts and the hearts. The stream restarted for me, so I don't know who sent me super hearts already. So if I did miss you earlier, I do apologize. But I do thank everybody for coming back in here. The total viewage is now just screwed over, so I don't know how many total views we'll have. But it's all right. We're working on this new stuff, and we do appreciate everybody coming in here and enjoying the show. Also, one more cheap plug. We do have shirts coming out next month. So if you are interested in possible shirt, we'd really appreciate your guys' support. It's only $15 for a shirt. I will pay for the shipping and handling and all that stuff. If you can buy a shirt, just let us know. We will reserve you one. We have small, medium, large, and extra large, and I believe double X as well. I'll double check for you on that, but would really appreciate that if you can do that for us. Thank you, Kenobi, for the super heart. So we touched on Seth Rollins and McIntyre, kind of thinking about what maybe John Cena might do and getting involved in a Royal Rumble between McIntyre, Seth Rollins as well. But let's get to what else happened on Raw before we get over to SmackDown Live. We had a world title match. A tag team title match between the Revival versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable for the Raw tag team titles. Before the match started, crazy backstage segment between the Revival and guess who, everybody? Yes, Bill Apter is also getting his shirt as well. So we do appreciate Brandon hooking us up with that. Didn't think the icon Bill Apter would want one, but he said he does. So we do appreciate that. We had the Revival backstage segment with Vince McMahon. Out of all people, internet explode at that part, especially the rumors going around with the Revival and asking for their release and all that. But
Did you see the tweet they put out today?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty funny. Basically, kind of complaining to Vince that all these matches that they've had, they've been kind of screwed over, and it's pretty much all the referee's fault, and they want to handpick a referee basically. So they pick out of all the people. Oh my God. Hawkins. They pick Hawkins to be the referee of the match, thinking, Hawkins will kind of help them get the victory over Gable and Roode, and it was the complete opposite. It was more of them getting screwed over again, kind of. They kind of had not really. They tried to do their heel tactics during the match, and every time they did it, Hawkins caught them in the act. So basically, they had pretty much, I think, 3 opportunities to win, and Hawkins caught them all on the occasions where they were trying to cheat. And Gable and Roode end up getting the win via roll-up. But after the match is what is the real funny, real neat. We had them attack Hawkins, and Zack Ryder, everybody, comes out and saves his friend Hawkins, and it looks like the Revival are now going to feud with Ryder and Hawkins. The Edgeheads. Your thoughts, Dave, on this? Are you excited for this? Are you excited?
The Major Brothers.
Are you excited that they're bringing back Hawkins and Ryder? And it seems like it's about time. These two guys probably should have been a tag team already. Are you excited for this? Do you think this could be something?
I mean,
one more thing.
I think
they said last night that if Hawkins gets his first win over the Revival, he'll basically, quit the show. Do you think the Revival will give up the first win to Hawkins?
I mean, it's possible, but what do I think about this whole thing? I mean, I think it's so easy to do. You've been putting these tag teams together when you have two guys that have been tag team before and been tag champions before. I mean, so why not? They do a podcast together too right now, so why not put them together as a tag team? I mean, they're good friends, so why not have them as a team? Because they would help your tag division. And I mean, this is crazy because last year, Zack Ryder tweeted out he hasn't been on Monday Night Raw one time in 2018.
Yes.
He's already been on it twice this year. So that's like, whoa. Zack Ryder's made 2 appearances on Raw already in 2019, and it's still January.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know a lot of people are excited finally for Ryder to get a shot on Raw.
Yeah, he deserves it, I think, because he hasn't been used at all. And it's kind of funny because everyone keeps talking about like the Revival's leaving and that even they're kind of trolling, even the Revival's trolling it on Twitter, like with the tweet they put out today about saying like, I think they had a picture of Vince McMahon and I think it said like, Vince, we have a request to make. Yeah. I mean, it was just some stupid little stuff. But yeah, they could easily put together 2 fan favorites like Hawkins and Ryder, and that would please a lot of fans too. So, I mean, if Ryder and Hawkins beat, okay, what would it matter if Zack Ryder gets the pinfall? Would that matter at all?
No, I don't think it matters at all. You can't. The Revival seem to be, I don't know how to explain it, but they're one of the most serious tag teams. They're one of the most legit tag teams on the main roster, and they just keep taking L's every week. Yeah, they got a couple of on a consecutive occasion, but did they mean anything? You have the Revival against Rude and Gable, which I saw on Friday night, and they tore the house down. They had a fantastic match. And it seemed like the more the match was about was, if Hawkins was going to help them win the match. The Revival shouldn't need help to win this match. They're the fucking Revival. Okay.
Would it be worse that they're not even involved in anything on TV or on Raw?
Yeah, I mean, at least they'll be on TV.
They're involved in something.
Be involved in some type of a storyline. I agree with you on that, but these guys shouldn't be. I guess the positive is that we'll basically won't see them face the Lucha Brothers anymore. Hopefully,
that's left up to Mahal and the Singh brothers.
Make it interesting. Get Edge to manage them. Wouldn't that be something? Edgeheads will get the titles first. The Revival
is too busy.
Like crybabies, no build up to the big win, and no effects. Jeez.
The Edgeheads have already win tag titles.
Rock and Roll Express versus Midnight Express and Dusty and Nikita versus 4 Horsemen. Man, you're going back into the day. For God's sake, put them in a feud with the New Day or the Usos. Yeah, just put them against.
Except they're on a different show.
But still,
I mean, you know what? I can actually see something like that. I mean, you could say it's like people compare them to Tully and Arn or Arn and Ole or whatever you want to call it. And could you compare like Ryder and Hawkins? I don't think you compare them to the Rock and Roll Express or even the Midnight Express. But I mean, it's kind of fun to play, I guess, think about that. But I don't think you can compare the 2 tag teams. But yeah.
Speaking of tag teams, we had Heavy Machinery take on the Ascension. Ascension get the loss. Heavy Machinery get the win in their first match on Raw. But the talk of
what is up with
WWE is Otis. Everybody seems to love Otis to the fact to where people think Otis is going to get a singles run later down the line. Do you see anything coming out from Otis? I know a lot of people love him. He's a comedy act. He's funny, but he can go in the ring. Do you think they do anything with him eventually, or do you think this is just going to be a tag team, a comedy tag team for years to come?
Well, Graves was talking up Tucker, like saying how he's Mr. All Night, I guess. So, or it's another story that Graves knows that. But whatever. I mean, I'm just saying. But I'll tell you, you know who Otis reminds me of? And people here are going to hate me for saying this, but I don't care. Otis reminds me of Fallah Bahh from Impact Wrestling. That's what he reminds me of. That's what this team to me is like.
Oh,
KM and Fallah Bahh of WWE.
Do not compare Tucker to fucking KM. Please. That dude.
But it's okay to compare Fallah Bahh to Otis?
Because it makes sense. That makes more sense. Because they both are similar.
I'm saying the team itself. They're both comedy act teams, I think.
Truth and Loyalty says he's
and that's what you're getting out of both teams.
But I do see the similarities between the two because both are that comedy act. Both don't really speak much English. They have their own language. They both can go in the ring, the size and stuff like that. I can see the comparisons. It just seems weird that these guys have been getting kind of a push, it looks like. And with the reaction they got over on Monday night, they might win the tag team titles before the revival, you would have to think.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they don't look like a team, your normal tag team that should be anything, but you never know. I mean, it is Monday Night Raw. I mean, you never know.
Otis is great. I know nothing about Heavy Machinery before their Raw debut. Also, see, that's coming from a guy that never really watched them on NXT. So there you go. They're actually, a hit with some of the fans, it seems like.
I mean, his little weird worm he does, and then
it's just
your tweet, so that was kind of funny you put out there.
What's that?
But, yeah.
Oh, Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah, they're interesting,
he was
I guess.
Definitely proud of that worm last night. And he even tweeted about it. Did you see that? He's tweeted about Otis's worm. So, Earthquake and Typhoon.
So, Scotty, wait. Scotty likes Otis's worm?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, he likes his worm. Now, let's get to the main event of Raw, because we got to still touch on SmackDown Live. Again, thank you guys for the support. Sorry about the technical issue we had earlier. Not really sure what was up with that, but we're back live, both on Twitch and on YouTube. So, again, I don't mean to keep shoving this down your throats, but if you haven't already, jump over to Twitch. Hit us up with the follow over there. We'd really appreciate it. All right, so we had the main event, but before the main event started, we had Ronda Rousey come out with a promo. My God, with this promo, you would have thought Ronda Rousey hit a fucking thing of creatine or a shot of crack before she hit that promo, because she was talking so damn quick. It was all her sentences were just running together. I didn't even know what the hell she was saying half the time. It was just bad.
I don't think she knew it. I mean, I don't know what the hell she was saying. I'm sitting there watching this promo. I'm like, wait, what? Why is she talking this long?
That promo went about 3 minutes way too long. She could have just said, you know what? I'm the baddest bitch on the planet. I'm going to kick Sasha Banks' ass at Royal Rumble. Bam! That's all you needed to say, Rhonda. Yeah. That's it.
And this tag match, are we going there now? We got something else to talk about.
Talk about this fucking tag. Why is Natalya so damn fucking corny? To me, she ruins Ronda's character. Like, I don't want to see Ronda hugging Natalya and doing cat poses with her and shit. Ronda Rousey's supposed to be this bad bitch, and she's looking more and more like a fucking joke. Sasha Cakes. Yeah, like
he does. To me, Ronda doesn't take the WWE seriously. She doesn't take it seriously. She thinks it's just. She takes it as like a playing and hanging out with her friends. That's what she takes it as. She doesn't take the whole thing seriously. I mean, I don't think she believes, because she doesn't believe in it. I mean, she doesn't have passion for the. I loved Sasha's promos about Ronda. I mean, she does. I love that promo in the ring she cut on Ronda about how you were handpicked when you've been here. And even the backstage one she cut backstage after the show on YouTube. I mean, it's just, man, this is what they started this. You wanted to come there. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, and Sunday night, I mean, we kept hearing all about this blood moon on Sunday night. There was another moon on Monday night.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, apparently Sasha Banks mooned the Raw crowd and they blocked it. I didn't even notice it. I must have been stepped out of the room or something.
Oh, they blocked it out?
Because I saw on Twitter that said everybody on Twitter, why was there like a black screen for a quick second? And then Jody tweeted me out today that apparently Miss Sasha Banks had a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. She didn't show much. I don't even think she showed anything.
Her entire backside.
Really? Because it
looked
kind of
Charlotte thing.
So I thought maybe she had something over her.
Oh, it's all over Twitter. It's like all over Twitter. It was a thong.
Oh, was it? Okay. Because with the picture that Jody saw, I couldn't really see it real good. So,
just go to punch in Sasha Banks on Twitter.
Nice. I like that, Bob Ruski. That's funny. So, yeah, she showed her backside to the WWE crowd. So if you were there live in attendance, you got an extra treat on that. But the main event itself was not.
Yeah, it's all over Twitter. So if anyone wants to see it, you can go see it. It's there.
The main event wasn't nothing to talk about. Showed more skin than Bliss. Absolutely.
that was more than Bliss, definitely.
What did you think of?
You even skipped the Bliss segment.
I was talking about it when I was
Bliss announcement.
I was frantic and trying to figure out what was going on. I touched on it. What did you think about Lacey Evans and Alexa Bliss? With Alexa Bliss announcing that she will be in the Royal Rumble. I know a lot of people aren't very much, fond of her, but I think that's pretty good news, seeing that. Reports were saying that her career might be over. And then we also have Lacey Evans announcing she will be in it, and the type of promo that she put on Raw last night.
Yeah, I was surprised that Lacey came out there. I'm glad to see her out there. I like Lacey. And and good for Alexa Bliss. I'm happy she's going to be in the Rumble, so that was nice. And the way she just called her like a little runt and just. It's different. It's going to be funny to see how they do this. Is Alexa Bliss are they going to be kind of feuding with each other a little bit, maybe?
That's a good point.
I mean, because obviously Lacey Evans is coming in as a heel, straight up heel, the way she cut down saying she's the lady, she's the classy one. She's going to bring class back to WWE, so I don't know.
Now, see, Bobby Roode makes a good point.
If you're not familiar with her, go ahead.
He says that Lacey should have been a surprise for the Rumble. Now, I heard
we know she was going to be in it.
I heard a lot of people saying that they should have saved Alexa Bliss for the Rumble.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you think they should have waited for that, or do you think it really didn't really matter?
No, Lacey Evans, I don't mind that they said, I think she said she's in the Rumble. I don't mind they said Lacey. But if they would have waited and you have like Sasha come out at like number 20, or 20, whatever. Somewhere in or Sasha, my bad. Alexa come out like at number 20, and no one expected her to get back. That would have been, how cool a surprise would that have been for everyone? Maybe not for Red Sox fans, but I mean, people who might like, oh, good for her, we're glad her career's not over. So, that's good to see her in the ring. That would have been a cool surprise. So it's like they don't care about surprising us anymore. They just want to spoil everything for us.
Let's see. Alexa likes standing on high chairs. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, don't fall. That's all we need is her to fall off that chair and bite the dust.
I thought she was going to jump on all of them or something.
But, yeah, nice to see that Alexa Bliss will be back. And I'm not sure how, what kind of capacity she'll do in the Rumble. But, it's an easy way to get her back in there and see what she might do. So, yeah, props to Alexa Bliss on being able to return to the ring. Lacey Evans will knock a few over the ropes with the women's right, I bet, says Mike Kenobi in the chat.
Yeah, we'll see how far she goes if she and how high up she is seen by WE or by Vince, I should say. How far Lacey goes in that Rumble. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
She would have been 30 if it wasn't for Melissa's Truth and Loyalty. That's probably a good possibility as well.
I want to see like we did in the Rumble in the 90s with Cactus Jack, not Cactus Jack, but with Mankind and Terry Funk just brawling the hell out of each other. That one Rumble is over, just beat the crap out of each other. I want to see that with Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott in this Rumble. That they're just beating each other up for like 20 minutes in the Rumble. That's what I want to see.
That'd be They do have a pass, so it definitely could happen at
Yes,
the
they
Rumble.
do.
To kind of wrap up on Raw, what did you think of main event, and what did you think of Raw in general, as it being a go-home show to the Royal Rumble?
And I actually watched it live, so it's like I haven't watched it live in a few weeks. I actually watched it live. Like, yeah, it wasn't good. I didn't mind seeing Sasha Banks and Bayley in this kind of almost in like a heel position, you know? Because they almost came off like they were being the heels in a way, but they really weren't. So it was kind of weird. And seeing like Bayley doing these little tag team cheap shots, go knock Ronda off the rope and all that. So like it was kind of nice to see him in this spot. I do like. It seems like they are the obvious choice to be the tag champions, but I think the match was bad. I guess it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. But
do you guys want to touch on the
and
Jinder Mahal match?
Yeah, they did.
Go ahead.
Are we going to gloss over that Ronda's no longer undefeated?
Yeah, she basically took her first loss last night in a
tag
match.
If they were gonna play up Auska in that mismatch challenge, even in video games, if you lose this, your streak is over type thing, then you gotta say her streak, winless, undefeated streak is over. But of course they're gonna overlook that and say, well, it was a tag match, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's what they're probably
more
gonna
than
do.
Likely. BJ says you didn't mind seeing Sasha Banks. Rollins versus McIntyre was a good match. I will give him that. But as a whole, this was a go-home Raw. We didn't see no big old Rumble in the ring to end the night. We didn't really see any of that type of stuff to tease the Royal Rumble until kind of tonight. Are you excited for the Royal Rumble? I know it's the Royal Rumble, but if this was just a plain Jane pay-per-view, did they do a good job to hype this show up?
No, they haven't. I mean, because none of the other matches on this card have been done justice either. So there's no Raw tag titles or Intercontinental title match I'm aware of. It's just the U.S. title and the SmackDown tag titles.
Right.
And that's all being involved on this show. I mean,
that's true.
I don't know. And it also hurts them in a way, too, using the Cruiserweight title, because it takes a spot away from Raw getting another Raw title or a Raw match on there, too. So it kind of sucks because the Rumble is just filled with there's two big matches that can probably go 60 plus minutes for these Rumble matches. So that's one thing that kind of sucks about it too. But
it seems like the only thing
I'm not really hyped
Raw,
about
really, honestly, is they got Sasha and Ronda, but we all know there's no chance in hell Ronda's gonna lose that title. They got Brock and Finn Balor. We pretty much know that unless something drastic happens, Balor isn't gonna win that title. Seems like the more interesting kind of up in the air storylines is on SmackDown. Only thing that we kind of have a good feeling on is if Shane and Miz are more than likely going to win the tag titles. But with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, you never know what direction they could go. Kind of figuring it might be Daniel Bryan, but we don't know that for sure. And then you got the Becky Lynch and Auska kind of thing where they could give the title to Becky Lynch and have her maybe do a title for title, or maybe
Ronda's not going to drop the title. Yeah.
So the more intriguing storylines are on SmackDown Live, so they've done a better job hyping you up for those. But on the Raw side, they really didn't do much to get you kind of going for Royal Rumble. What's up, Ed? All you had was a Rollins, promo, kind of getting, I'm going to be the main event of WrestleMania. The whole women's segment was kind of It just not the same kind of hype that we would have gotten, say, a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, because usually we get the brawl to end the show.
Get the brawl to end the show. Some type of a teaser to the Royal Rumble in itself. And I thought we were going to get it at one point, but we didn't get it at all. It would have been cool if maybe if all the women would have ended up coming down in the main event or something. But no, it just kind of... They did those two segments kind of dealing with the Rumble, and that was it. It's just weird. Yep. They haven't hyped up the Women's Tag Team Championship as much. I'm sure next week after the Rumble's over, they'll start touching more on it. If AJ's contract is up, then Captain Vegan wins. Oh, you mean Captain Planet. He's the champion of the planet. Let's see, what else? Did I miss any other chats? Nope, I think I got it all. So, let's move to SmackDown Live, where we had Becky Lynch open up the show. Says it's good to be back. She says there's nothing more than nothing more that she likes doing than stand in this ring and fight, but the man has something to say. There was a time when no one was paying attention to her. Now everyone has an opinion about how the man should be acting and what the man should be doing. Becky says the only thing the man should be doing is main eventing WrestleMania and slapping the heads off everyone who gets in her way. And that's when we see Auska. And this is what I had a problem with tonight's show. And they ended up brawling eventually. But you have Becky Lynch come down, do her promo. Then Auska comes down, starts saying something to her, and then Charlotte interrupts them, and they're just staring at each other. There's two women in the ring who are going to be battling it out for a title, standing there listening to someone else talking about how they're going to defeat them at WrestleMania. Auska or Becky should be laying all of those women out. I don't get that. You should not want to even be in the same ring as Auska or Becky unless you want to put their hands on each other. I just didn't understand that. What did you think of the opening segment? With Charlotte getting involved?
Did end up
eventually, but I thought it took too long for them to finally start, brawling it out.
Auska I didn't really understand Charlotte coming out there, honestly.
Should have just came out there and laid out Becky.
Yeah. I mean, Charlotte was odd. Why'd she even come out there? I mean, because Charlotte Flair, so she has to get on TV every week. So I don't know. I mean, at least twice a week, I guess.
Yeah, Charlotte made no sense coming out there.
I don't know. Yeah, it did. And
that's
the brawl they did was kind of nice.
100%. Had to have been.
Yeah.
What's up, Artie? How you doing? Charlotte's still sticking her nose in people's business. The segment should have only been Becky and Auska, says Awesome Chuda. I agree.
It was nice. I thought they did a better job than for the women in that little brawl they had going for a while. Even after the commercial, they were brawling still. I thought they did a better job than Raw did with their women. So for this, even though they didn't do a big women's segment for like the Rumble, well, I guess they did. They had a few matches, so I guess they did their part. It wasn't just Ronda and Sasha and Bayley and Helya having a match. You had some other matches there too, so that kind of evened out.
Now,
yeah, I mean, there's
DX in the chat says, I have to say, SmackDown has been out of control without Paige as GM. Okay. Tony, it's a hint to interference stuff happening at Rumble. That's true. Tony, looking at Brock, how he's never around, do you think it was a mistake for him to end the streak? Undertaker? No. I don't think so.
Huh?
Like
3 years ago.
I think it's
5 years ago.
The end game when Brock finally loses the title is going to be absolutely glorious, and I think that's the whole reason why he's still the champ. Now, did you enjoy the opening segment? Did you think the brawl was pretty good? Because they were brawling. They go to a commercial. They come back. They're still brawling backstage. Have they done a good job to get you kind of hyped up for this match come Royal Rumble? Is this the most?
I was looking forward.
Is this the match you're most looking forward to, other than the Rumbles on the card comes this Sunday night?
Yeah, this is one of those matches. This is one of the matches that I want to see because I've never seen Becky and Becky and Auska one-on-one. So I don't think we have anyway. That I can remember. So to me, this is a match I'm looking forward to see how it goes. Is Becky going to win? Is Auska going to win? Is someone going to get involved? Are we going to see Ronda stick her nose in it again? Are we going to see one of the horsewomen stick their nose in the match? I'm sure they'll be there.
Yeah, see what happens.
So,
there. I mean, speaking of Paige, where has she been? I think she's going to be at the festival where her movie's playing. I think they were talking about her and The Rock and all them. She's just off TV right now. Either Drew or Seth are going to take the championship. They'll keep the title on Brock for 500 plus days again. Yeah, Paige is promoting her movie. Charlotte, has she gone stale in the WWE? Are you tired of Charlotte?
Well, Charlotte, yeah. Charlotte's too annoying. I was going to say Becky.
No, Charlotte. I just kind of tired of her already. There's no
people. What's funny though? People can say how much they hate Becky,
right now. They just don't like her. I think she's all hype and she's fizzled out already. But you listen to that crowd tonight. That crowd was into Becky Lynch.
Yeah, they were behind her pretty much, and they even booed Auska when she attacked Becky Lynch. So.
Yeah, I know. So that crowd was really cheering Becky like crazy, and everyone's saying how Becky's already fizzled out and she's the flavor of the month and all that. Crowd, people can say she's not selling merchandise and people aren't there to see Becky, but you ask me, that crowd tonight was there to see Becky.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree. Charlotte always gets involved in someone else's business where it doesn't concern her. Charlotte needs to create a new character and stop taking her dad's character. Ooh. She could go on vacation for a while. It says Truth and Loyalty. I can agree with you on that.
I don't agree with that because you could say the exact same thing about Natalya, though. You know, because she uses her uncle's lines and finishing move and everything. She does the exact same thing Charlotte does. She says she's the best. Maybe she doesn't do it like Brett did, but still. I think it's very similar, which it's the gimmick she's given. Even when she first started, she wasn't being called Charlotte Flair. It was just like Charlotte. And now it's Charlotte Flair. So that's not so much her doing it like that. I think it's the management telling her to be like that.
Flair tried to get the crowd.
I don't mind Charlotte.
Charlotte rejected it. What's up, Jeffrey Cross? Welcome back to the show, my friend.
I think she does good stuff, but yeah, I'm sick of Charlotte in this kind of spot.
They just seem like they keep her in the spotlight no matter what, just because of her name alone. I think. I know she's not bad in the ring and stuff like that, but it seems like she's been in all these major storylines for a while just because of who she is. Mandy Rose, Naomi. Before that match started, we had an absolute horrible video package. I don't know what that was. That was some lady. But that was just awful. Kind of had that storyline vibe to it. It was just stupid. But the match, what did you think of it? Mandy Rose gets the win. Sonya kind of gets involved to help Mandy get the win. Are you done with this feud?
Kind of. What do you mean, kind of?
Oh, well, she basically did help Mandy get the win. Are you tired of this feud already? Do you want to see what else is in store for Mandy and Naomi?
I'll give them credit. I mean, because they've built this up for, even though it's only been on TV, really. They've done something outside of the championship, and they built, even as much as people might hate the storyline, they did something outside of that whole championship storyline and built a 2 or 3 week storyline leading up to a match, and it's obviously going to continue. So at least they're doing something different. They're giving other girls opportunities to do something even though they're not champion. It's not for the title. So they're doing other stuff. And making Naomi win lose, I should say, was actually kind of smart and obvious, I think, because it makes sense. She's the aggressor and she wants to get her some of Mandy, which so does Corey Graves. But yeah, I get it. And Sonya was out there kind of getting involved a little bit here and there, and then got thrown into the barricade or the ring post or whatever. I don't know what it's called, a ring post anymore, because it's not really a ring post.
Bob Ruski said
it's just a big plastic thing now.
The finish was shit.
It's not two of the best workers in the world.
That's true. That is very true. Holy fuck, Mandy is gorgeous, but she just can't fucking wrestle. Says Red Sox fan. Oh man, see, when you're not a troll in the chat, man, you're funny and you make good points. Yeah, she's come a long way though. We can all agree on that. Like when she first came,
Mandy Rose was hired for her wrestling skills. Come on.
Yeah, she was definitely hired because of her wrestling skills and not because she's a blonde bombshell, right? I mean, you have a finisher, use it, right? Exactly. I don't know. The match wasn't the greatest, and
Naomi's finisher isn't that great either.
It's the butt bump when she throws him into the ropes and hits him with her ass. Yeah, I can agree with
that's a finisher.
Okay, fair point. So let's get to the part of the show where it made me want to barf, and what the fuck is her finisher, by the way? I don't know, Bob Ruski. Good question. I have no idea. Sonya could be used as a credible continue. I agree with you on that. It sucks that Sonya has kind of been left out in the pasture for this particular storyline. I'm sure she's staying in Vince's suite. It's Mickie James and Trish all over again. In a way, kind of. In a way, has kind of their similarities to it.
Because Sonya's gay, so it's like Trish and Mickie.
No.
I mean, I don't see how it's Trish and Mickie. I mean, because they're friends. And Trish and Mickie weren't friends. Mickie was a stalker. But, okay.
Yeah, okay. That's a fair point. Now, The Miz and Cesaro had a match, but, oh my God. Seeing The Miz just cater to Shane and the way that they're building up Shane McMahon. Yes, Red Sox fan. That's very true. You would think Shane's going to get a title match in the next month or so. They're making this guy seem like he's unstoppable. They have him take him out, this whole injury storyline, and he's about to jump on top of the table again, and they're just playing up Shane McMahon all night, and all this is going to lead up to. Everybody knows it. They're going to win the titles. They're going to eventually have some type of fallout. The Miz is going to turn on Shane, more than likely. Shane's going to be the face. Miz will be the heel. And then they'll face each other at WrestleMania, where Shane McMahon most likely will beat The Miz. Am I right?
Yeah, the best part of this was Vince McMahon. Just watching and not even flinching or like even caring, it seemed like. Watching his son get his head kicked off, like nothing. I mean, like no reaction. It was like, dang.
Yeah, Vince McMahon working hard these past 2 days on Raw and on SmackDown. So look at him putting it all out there. Even though
must be busy.
What he did tonight was just basically pointless while he was even on SmackDown Live. What do you think of Miz and Shane? Have they grown on you, or are you just done with this? Because this is not the Miz that we know. And I told you guys last week, I'm putting out a missing persons report for the Miz because this is not the Miz that we've known for years since he's become into the WWE. And I don't know who said it in the chat last week, but it was funny because they said maybe becoming a father changed the Miz, and now he's acting like this towards Shane McMahon. I do not like this because it's all playing up to eventually have Shane get his moment again at WrestleMania. And I'm not trying to be a hater towards Shane McMahon. He's done fantastic work, but there's no need for him to be in a storyline anymore. There's no need for it. He doesn't bring any type of, it doesn't make, Shane McMahon's wrestling tonight. I got to make sure I watch it. It doesn't do anything for me. It just, Shane is not guy that you're going to stop everything what you're doing and watch his particular match because you might see a coast to coast or you might see him jump off the ropes onto the table. I don't get it. This is a storyline that to me makes no sense when you have other tag teams, and I'm ranting, I'm sorry. When you have other tag teams on the show, and I know we've seen these feuds forever between the New Day, the Usos, whatever have you, but there's actual credible tag teams that you have on the show that are getting thrown aside for a feud that is going to lead up to a singles feud between Miz and Shane. Don't you agree? What's up, Casey Parks? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I think it could be a good match, but I don't know if they're going to win the title.
You think this? Did you see the punches Shane was throwing tonight? Does those look any type of a threat to guys like Cesaro and Sheamus? Cesaro and Sheamus should throw around Shane McMahon, a guy who's not really a wrestler.
But I think Miz in there too, though. It's going to help in the match. Unless Miz screws him over.
So you're telling me right now that you are interested in this feud?
I'm interested to see where it goes and if they win. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in this match just to see, okay, are they going to give Miz and Shane the tag titles?
Yes, they are.
Is Miz going to turn on Shane in this match? That's what I'm interested in.
Now Shane's apparently injured, and now they're going to play that up to the part to where they have extra, odds against them to where now Shane's hurt, Miz is hurt. There's no way.
And how it defend if they give Shane and Miz the tag titles for however short it would be, or Shane's injured and he tries to do something stupid to win the match and heroic, a la Bret Hart and Owen thing, and then he loses, and then maybe Miz turns on Shane because he tried to do something by himself to win it. and then they start the feud. But I'm interested to see if they give them the tag titles or if they go that other route with Miz turning. So
I think they're going to give them the tag titles. It seems like the writing's on the wall with these two men that Shane is most likely going to win and then go on to face the Miz at WrestleMania for, whatever, to get his revenge. And you know what's funny is that, and Alex tweeted out on the show, on Twitter, who's another co-host on the show, that, it wasn't even a couple months ago, say maybe 5 to 6 months ago, that we were thinking, oh man, we're going to get the Miz and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, maybe for a title, maybe not, but the feud that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
But instead of that, we get it early, and we're going to get Shane McMahon and possibly the Miz instead.
Yeah, because just a few months ago, everyone was saying, oh, this is what's going to happen. Daniel Bryan's going to win the WWE title. Miz is going to win the Rumble and challenge him at WrestleMania. That's what everyone was thinking we were going to get.
And now we're going to get them facing each other probably at WrestleMania. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sorry I ranted there about Shane McMahon. It's just, I'm kind of sick and tired of this crap because.
No, if this was a longer storyline, would have made sense. Shane was a heel.
I don't want to see Shane in this at all. I don't think Shane needs to be involved in this because it seems all
of
yeah. Wasn't Shane when they announced the new fucking era that we're no longer on air roles, we're wrestling, we're gonna be just GMs, the authority, we're gonna try to keep things in line, stuff like that. But instead we're getting the same shit again. It seems like around January, close to the WrestleMania, Shane McMahon pops his little head up and he has to have a match at WrestleMania. And this is another way of, and yeah, props to WWE for a storyline that's probably going to be going on for a couple of months, but it's nothing that I want to see. I don't want to see Shane McMahon defeat other they're going to probably beat other legitimate tag teams along the way till they finally lose them. It just, I don't like it. And I'm sorry.
So you want them to not win this match so they can just go on and do their thing so the tag titles be left alone?
Yeah, I just want this thing to be over with. I don't want it.
I understand.
Same events, sidelining guys, Tony. It was a line. It was a line to the crowd. You made the mistake of trusting the McMahon's family word. It's crazy because, and we mentioned it on the show before. They announced that there's going to new era. But they didn't say when the fucking new, for the most part, we're not getting crap from, looks like OBS crashed again. Are you there, Dave? Oh, did we lose Dave again?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, here. Okay, good. I'm not sure if OBS is dropping or not. I see the chat going. Explain the new era. Well, Cafe Buccelli, they came out, I'm not sure if you saw the Raw, where they came out and said that there was going to be a new era now. They got rid of the GMs, and we were going to see new stuff. They got rid of the rematch clauses, and we were supposed to see new things going on Raw. But we haven't seen shit on Raw. SmackDown, they've sprinkled in a couple of new stuff here and there. But for the most part, it's been the same old crap that we've been seeing every week for the last year or two. And it's just I don't get it. And you know what else I thought, Dave? Just right now we were talking about new era stuff. You know who wasn't on the show at all and who has a tag match? Not a tag match, but a title match this week?
Nakamura and Rusev.
Nakamura and Rusev wasn't even mentioned on the show.
Both night.
So
actually, I think they were under. They ran down the card, but yeah. Other than that, and that's crazy. That
It's just insane what they're doing over there. Let's see what else happened.
I did enjoy a backstage stuff with R-Truth and Carmella. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, where he said he's going to be the winner and he's going to challenge either Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles, and he's scared of Brock Lesnar, basically.
I don't want Brock Lesnar.
I don't want to be taken to Sioux Falls. Whatever he said, that was funny. Yes or no, Dave?
And then, of course, you have to have Charlotte involved in another segment on the show.
Yep, Charlotte again on the show twice tonight. What a
yes or no? What?
Live. Do you think R-Truth shows up in the Women's Rumble?
I think people are blowing that up. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think people think it'd be a funny gag, but I don't think he's showing the ones.
Whoa! I didn't even
How
hear
funny
that.
would it
Truth
be?
and Loyalty says, does that mean that Lana is really pregnant? Did you hear rumors about Lana being pregnant? I had no idea.
Oh my God! People are blowing this up. They said she could be pregnant. Who knows? But they said we're happy to welcome a new addition to our family.
Yeah, I know. I saw
and
that.
And they put on Twitter just the other day a dog.
Right, that's true. That is true.
They got a dog.
Sioux Falls City there, Babaruski. How's the chat look? I mean, not the chat, but the camera look. Everybody, like I said again, we're trying something new here on the show, where we're live on YouTube and on Twitch. More than likely, gonna probably drop YouTube maybe if our viewage doesn't. I mean, our viewers on YouTube are pretty well, but trying to concentrate a little bit more on Twitch right now to get more of a following on there. So if you haven't already, please go over to Twitch and hit that follow button. We'd really appreciate that. Babaruski says they bought a fucking pet. Yeah, they bought a puppy, and I forgot what they named it. I think they named it after Lana or something like that. So yeah, I don't think she's pregnant. I just think that they're just keeping her off TV for a little while. Now, after that, we ended up getting a Mustafa. Well, we'll touch on the whole face-off here in a minute, but we got Mustafa Ali taking on Samoa Joe. Mustafa Ali with one hell of a promo before this match. He just laid it all out there, and he can really rock the promos when he's given the opportunity. What do you think of the match itself? Samoa Joe does win, so I mean, I guess it has its positives and its negatives on that. But what did you think of the match itself and Samoa Joe coming out on top?
I'll touch on that too. I agree with you. I mean, that promo he cut before the match, like a 5 or 10 minute little thing they did with him, and it was pretty damn good. I enjoyed that. Him talking about how I know I can beat you and stuff like that. So I mean, it was cool, and I didn't want him to beat Joe. I'm sorry. I like Mustafa Ali, but I did not want him to beat Joe. I just don't. I mean, because it's like, man, Joe needs to win. He needs to win a rivalry, something. Joe does not deserve to lose again. And I was afraid he's going to lose tonight. But this was a good match, I thought. I enjoyed this match.
Did you think Mustafa Ali was winning?
I did. I was afraid. The way he did that promo, I'm like, oh, crap, Joe's about to lose to a rookie.
Yeah, he ended up
At least
winning.
SmackDown
What about you guys in the chat room? His video promos are always great, says Babaruski. They got the dog on Rusev Day. Lana picture on the Rumble poster for Women's Rumble match. Yeah, she'll most likely be in the Rumble. You know what I like? The Mustafa Ali video package, said DX. Yeah, they've been doing a really good job of Mustafa Ali. Now, do you think this leads to anything with him, or do you think they're just kind of, this is guy, not so much the flavor of the month?
I think he's going to have a cool Rumble spot, probably. He's going to do something cool probably in the Rumble, but yeah. You never know. I mean, they could do something. I mean, if they want to mic, I don't know. It depends what they can do. I don't know what they can do, honestly. I mean, because what can he do? Go after the U.S. title?
Yeah,
probably
Kenobi
not.
the funny
Go
said
after
that.
the
Kenobi
tag
just said
titles?
Ali needs a run at the U.S. title. He's earned it.
I don't know. They would be turning that kind of into the cruiserweight title, wouldn't they?
And now, Dave, you're putting his size up to the point.
I know, but you look at someone. It is, though. It is a difference. What do you think he's going to go in? Yeah, Daniel Bryan's not that big. I get it, but
Mustafa Ali
Daniel
is kind of like
bigger than this
a
guy.
Finn Balor.
Daniel Bryan?
No, Mustafa Ali.
Oh, Ali. Okay.
As in comparison of size and
I
stuff like that. I mean, I think Ali might be a little bit bigger. I swear, if the perfect 10 isn't fucking 10, says Babaruski. Oh, God. I think more than likely he will be. Mustafa Ali never got his title match against Bryan. He pinned Daniel in the second week of his debut. That's a good point. That's a very good point, Chuda. That he could really.
I guarantee you.
Tony and Dave,
he's
what's your ideal
Daniel
WrestleMania
Bryan
headliner lineup? Ooh, that's a good question, BJ. I would have to think about that, but that's a great question. Give us some, maybe Saturday night after our takeover review, and we're kind of shooting the shit with you guys. That's a good one.
Is it just WE then?
Yes. Mustafa Ali versus Ricochet for the future U.S. title, man. That would be insane. So Samoa Joe gets the win. pretty nice showing for Samoa Joe. You had to assume he would win that match, but it looked like for a minute that Ali might win. Yeah, that's very true. 2 out of 3 falls match: Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas. What a match!
Match is awesome until we get, of course. I mean, I was really into this match too. I was like, "Holy shit!" The moves these guys were doing were unbelievable.
The most probably, and I know this might not get a lot of wow out of a lot of people, but the move that didn't shock, but that just amazed me was when Andrade went from the second rope to the top rope and powerbombed Rey Mysterio for the first pinfall. That takes nice. Unbelievable strength. That reminded me. Unbelievable balance. That was just. I know Rey is a small guy. I get it, but that's still an amazing spot.
That spot reminded me of like Rey and Billy Kidman, because man, when I remember a similar spot, I believe I could be wrong. Kidman used to do the little sky high type power bomb, and he did it. I think he did it to Rey at a Nitro, or maybe it was a pay per view. From like the sky high powerbomb from the top rope, like that. That's what it reminded me of, like something like that. I believe that happened, but man, I even put out. I wonder if Billy Kidman's the agent on this match, because the type of matches these guys were having was very similar to a Kidman and a Rey Mysterio, or a Kidman and everyone says Eddie, but obviously Eddie can't be the agent on the match, so I'm going with someone who was the next in line who would know like a lot of the cruiserweight style they cut in WCW. And Billy Kidman, we know, works there, so he's the next guy up, I think, that would really – and Dean Malenko, of course. But, yeah. Probably more than likely Dean Malenko.
Mustafa Ali is delivering. Let's get Buddy Murphy up as well. He delivers entertainment. They can't argue that. They mentioned Buddy Murphy tonight.
No, they didn't. What do you call him, Bobby Murphy?
Bobby Murphy, yeah. Kidman could have produced that match. That's very true. That is a match that he could have been involved with. Even though Mustafa Ali will lose, but at least give him a championship much. Says,
Mustafa Ali definitely lose.
Yeah, Billy Kidman, thumbs up. Yeah, I agree that the match itself was really good, and it was ruined by Samoa Joe.
I mean, holy shit! That kind of didn't make you mad a little bit.
A little bit, but then you got to think of the bigger picture that we're still gonna get this feud. This feud's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. I was just like, you set us up all week for a 2 or 3 falls match. It's the main event. That should have gave it away right there. Yeah. I mean, but man, I was like, Ray's about to win. No, okay, what's gonna happen? Oh, here comes Joe.
Yep, Joe.
One of my favorite spots in that match, oh man, was when Ray did the slide outside, and then he rolled it into like a power bomb, and he shot Andrade to the barricade. I was like, oh man, that was awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't just doing the same moves that they did like a few last week. They were cutting some other stuff out too. It's like, man, each match is like different, and that's what you don't get a lot of anymore. You know, when you see Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, yes, I'm singling them out. Sorry. When you get those two wrestlers, it's like the same stuff every match. You don't get nothing different. It's the same stuff. Oh, Seth Rollins hurts his knee. Seth Rollins does his super kick. Seth Rollins does his little dive on the outside. Seth Rollins does the little Falcon Arrow suplex pin. I mean, it's the same stuff. With this match tonight, they cut up moves I've never seen them do before. I mean, that flip Andrade did, and like, holy shit, on the outside. I was like, whoa. And then he slammed freaking Ray into the freaking side of the freaking ring. I was like, damn.
Yeah, they were throwing it all out there. And they gave him good enough time, 30 minminutes, I believe.
They had 20 minutes. Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Yep, Balbaruski, we'll get on that in just a second. Not all wrestling should be powerhouse beat downs. The technical shit entertains with wow factor. Absolutely. The match was a double homicide waiting to happen. Dave from New Jersey makes a kind of an interesting point, saying, going to wear out the feud and not put Almas over like Elias on Raw.
They put him over last week. He beat Ray last week. How'd they not put him over?
But I'm saying that I think he's meaning to where they're going to be doing this feud to where it's not going to lead to anything for Almas.
Well, he's already beat Rey Mysterio once last week. I mean, it could lead to a title shot, or I think one of them should get a title shot, or get a title. I mean, it would make, like, I think Alex put it either in our chat or on Twitter, one of the two, that have Andrade win the U.S. title and Ray challenge him, mask for his title. You know, I mean, that would be a cool little. And Ray doing some of his old school WCW stuff. That's what was blowing. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and speaking of that, DX put the match was dope. The botch didn't hurt the match at all. Joe attacking keeps them both strong. Yep, and Joe got some heat from the fans, you know, on Twitter and in the crowd live for interrupting the match.
I don't blame Joe for that. I blame WWE because they told him to do it. He beats
down Almas a little bit and puts the clutch on Rey Mysterio, grabs the microphone and says, you know, I told you I was going to make an impact tonight and that all 29 other men need to watch out. And then boom, RKO out of nowhere. Randy Orton shows up and RKO's Samoa Joe to end SmackDown Live. He's going to be stuck in mid-card, needs to go against Rusev, says David Nugent. I agree with you. Almas and Ray 3 at Mania for the U.S. title, and a ladder match is best for business. Oh, man. With them in a ladder, I can't imagine what they would do. It wasn't
let's give it up to Rey Mysterio.
Vega helped. That's true.
Let's give it up to Ray.
Yeah, so 44 years old, man. 44 years old and going out there.
Look what he's up. He's
throwing it all out there,
performing.
Man. Amazing.
Yeah, man. Look, I mean, yeah, Ray's doing out there putting on matches better than half the locker room can right now.
Yeah, for him being 44 and doing the type of shit that he's doing, it's pretty amazing. And and having the type of matches that he's had, he's had a very entertaining return so far. Let's get to the last segment of SmackDown Live that we haven't touched on, which is the face-to-face meeting between Daniel, Captain.
That wasn't the last.
No, that we're going to touch on tonight.
Okay.
Daniel, Captain Planet,
Captain Planet.
Brian taking on what is AJ Styles' real new name now? The real AJ Styles, right? The real AJ Styles.
And the new Daniel Bryan.
Man. And then Vince McMahon.
Holy shit.
Better than when HBK was. You know what? I'll probably agree with you on that, Red Sox fan, but you got to say this. Back when HBK was still wrestling at that age, they didn't have the type of technology and the type of stuff that they have out now that Rey Mysterio is able to intake and put onto his body and stuff like that. So you got to give...
What, DDP yoga?
No, I mean, there's other stuff that he does. He's eating right. He has this whole, this type of stuff that, the meals and stuff like that and the type of workouts and stuff like that. Ray's working hard. He's to be where he's at. And
I mean, this is some of the best I've ever seen.
You're probably right. Better than a 44-year-old HBK. I can't disagree with you on that. So I would love to see
HBK so 44 when
WWE just gave Brian a mic for 2 straight hours. Oh my God. Dave would love that too, I believe. Vince McMahon was supposed to be, I guess, the moderator of this, but it didn't really end up involving Vince much at all. It was more
other than to block AJ from hitting Daniel with the elbow.
That's true, Red Sox fan. HBK didn't have the mindset and the work.
How many people could say that they can go out there and call out their boss and yell at him for every single thing about you might want to say to your boss about pollution? He was calling he went all after Vince McMahon.
Fickle, yeah. It was interesting. He said he's no longer the champ for the fans or whatever, but he's now the champ of the planet. So he is now officially, Captain Planet. I'm not interested in this feud. This, the whole brawl, I didn't mind, stuff like that. I still don't give a shit about this feud or this storyline. I'm just ready to move on and see who Daniel Bryan is facing next.
You know what I noticed? These two little things. It seems like Daniel Bryan believes so much more in this character that he's doing now than he did before. And AJ Styles is just up there like, well, I don't want to fight you. I'm going to come down there to you. I mean, that's all AJ did. I mean, he didn't really – I mean, Daniel Bryan showed passion in his promos and, really, wow. And it's like – and then AJ's just, doesn't really seem the same. You know what I mean? I felt more – you can see more passion and fire from Daniel Bryan than you can in AJ Styles' promo.
Yeah.
I get you sick of the feud. I get that. But I'm just looking at it from just the promos right now. I don't really care about the feud going up. I do think the match will be good.
Yeah, I thought Brian, what he did was pretty good. He pretty much just roasted AJ Styles, and maybe if you want to say Vince McMahon as well. Basically, roasted all meat eaters, basically. And Daniel Bryan, I think, is more into this character because it's Daniel Bryan. Just, up a notch, up like 3, 4, 5 notches, because he is a vegan. He is a guy that cares about the planet. He is a guy that probably doesn't like, maybe not to that extent, but doesn't like, people eating meat and stuff like that. So this storyline fits him very, very well to where he doesn't have to, turn into this different person when he goes out there to the ring. And he's a guy that is easy to not like because he's that cocky, arrogant vegan who thinks low of you because you eat meat, or if you do this, or if you drive a car, or whatever have you. So it's easy to not like Daniel Bryan. So he's played the
is it the fickle movement or is it the vegan movement? I don't know.
It's either one. I'm fine with it, but he's done a fantastic job with this gimmick or this new character that he's doing. AJ Styles, I don't know if I want to say this, but I kind of want to say it, that maybe he's just kind of lost interest and he's maybe ready to move on from the WWE.
That's like, a lot of people were complaining about AJ Styles, And
what's
you
that?
Still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't hear. I thought maybe I went all silent again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, AJ Styles, everybody complained when he was champion. And then it's like, and he was doing okay. Maybe some of his stuff was kind of stale. And people will say Daniel Bryan's stale now, too, I guess, because they don't like him saying all this stuff. Look, I don't agree with everything Daniel Bryan's saying. I'm not saying he's probably more right than I am with what he's talking about. But, I'm still happy to see Daniel Bryan out there and competing and wrestling every week. Maybe not wrestling every week, but you guys get my point. So I'm just happy about that because I never thought we'd see him wrestle again. So that's what I'm happy about.
Okay. Rumor has it AJ is a big a-hole outside the ring, and says Babaruski.
He's not. I've met AJ Styles. He's actually really cool.
AJ needs to go over to Raw. There's nothing here for him to do. Brian had a point about baby boomers. yeah, he was. Hey, you can't. I mean, the funny thing is that we touch on Vince McMahon and people are like, "Oh man, Vince McMahon, I hate him. I hate the show. I hate the product. I hate this and hate that." And then you have people in the crowd, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Oh, I love you, Vince."
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's like, let me kiss your feet, Vince.
When Brian said all that, all these people cheer you and all that, they don't realize what you do.
Yeah, I get it that, it just seems like maybe AJ's kind of, maybe he needs that move to Raw, or it could be possible that his time is up. Maybe he's just ready to move on because, like Red Sox fan put in the chat, I believe he put it on a week or two ago, there's what is really left for AJ Styles to do. He had that long title reign. He's pretty much faced almost everybody that we've wanted him to face.
Some people would say there's a few on Raw that he could face, but
true. We haven't gotten the Rollins. We haven't gotten maybe a couple other matches that we're probably dying to see from him. But is it worth for Styles to stay another 3 to 4 years, seeing that it could be storylines like this? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like you said, he didn't really have that type of passion.
Do you like, since we've seen him for a few weeks now, do you like seeing Vince McMahon more involved on TV, or would you rather him go back to being behind the scenes and always use Stephanie and change?
I don't mind seeing Vince. It makes, that the moment or segment a little bit bigger. I know, it's just like, man, what else? What really can he do other than maybe make a huge announcement or so? But he does add a little bit to the segments. Now tonight, he wasn't needed. This was all about ratings. This is for you to tune in and to watch this play out. Because if they really wanted to really do something, we had AJ Styles punch the shit out of Vince a couple of weeks ago. It would have been kind of interesting to see if maybe they kind of tease it where he's to do the elbow and Daniel Bryan throws Vince in the way. Maybe he tries to do that and hits Vince on accident. That would have been a little bit more interesting to see what would happen out of that. Right now, I don't get why Vince was even out there.
Yeah, it didn't make too much sense. Other than, like you said, to draw a little bit of interest from people, getting Vince McMahon on your TV again. But see, I didn't think we really needed him on Raw last night either. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like they have him out there.
Raw to, belittle Balor. And tonight he was on there to really do nothing. Like, the fact that he was on SmackDown made no sense. It would have been better if he would have showed up like he did. But, how he came out there and checked on Shane, that would have been a nice way to see Vince on SmackDown. Oh, wow, Vince is there. Wow, maybe Shane's really, really hurt because Vince is coming out there and checking on him. That would have been a little bit better than having him come out there, try to moderate something that never really needed to be moderated because, Daniel Bryan talked for pretty much the whole segment.
Yeah, and they use Vince as I wouldn't be surprised if this gets announced that this match is like a no DQ match or something.
Let's see. Let's go to the chat real quick. Dude, AJ is winning Sunday. How many great matches has Bryan had since his return? AJ is killing it. Says no effects. AJ needs to go over to Raw. But Bryan had a point. Oh, I said that one. Hey, Captain Vegan, you're a product of baby boomers. AJ versus Omega would be great. Mania match and give him something to do. Battle of Bullet Club. Yeah, but the unfortunate thing is Omega's not going to come to the WWE more than likely. Red Sox fan said he did everything in a matter of 2 years, which is pretty true. WWE really trying to separate the New Day. Yeah, we got to touch on that real quick. What if AJ gets a hardcore stable to help push over new talent? It's a possibility. Good storylines are rare in the WWE, says Red Sox fan. He sells too much merch. It's about dollars. He ain't going nowhere. There will be new talent. Bobaruski says Impact Hall of Fame going to call him soon. That is very true.
They ain't going to go.
Yeah, we're going to touch on the New Day segment. I guess Vince thinks the guys will do better if he's there judging them. Yeah. That adds a little bit more pressure to them, especially a guy like Balor who's getting put into a big spot right now, and you're going to have him come out there and just basically belittle Balor, saying that he's
and it also
small.
Helps him, too. I'm not saying guys like AJ and Daniel Bryan need it, but maybe a guy like having Finn Balor in the ring with Vince McMahon really kind of helps Balor because you're doing a promo with Vince McMahon. You're out there with Vince McMahon, the boss. I don't think it matters too much the other way, but, you're trying to get a guy over.
Here's my question for the chat room, and I thank everybody for joining us, even though we had those technical difficulties. We had over 1,300 viewers so far, and we had over 800 in the last scope that just kind of blew up on us. So basically 2,000 viewers tonight, so we do appreciate everybody jumping up here on Periscope. And if you haven't already joined us on YouTube and on Twitch, we would really appreciate that. People in the chat room, are you pulling for Balor this Sunday night? What about you, Dave? Are you pulling for him on Sunday night? Do you want to see Balor as a champ? Do you want to see him beat Brock Lesnar?
Yes, just because I want him to take the title from Brock. Just so Rollins doesn't, just to piss all the Rollins fans off.
You want Balor to be the guy that dethrones Brock and not Rollins. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because everyone's saying Rollins is going to win the Rumble and beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I hope it's Finn just because of that.
But why here you go. Red Sox fans wants to know, why is NXT TakeOver at 7 now? Is it at 7 Eastern?
I believe so.
Oh my! What is up with that?
Because remember, they're going to switch it like that now, so it'll be different.
So it's going to end like at 8 o'clock my time then, right?
There's not even that many matches.
Yeah, we touched on this on Saturday that they've done a horrible job hyping up NXT, and they haven't really done a great job with Royal Rumble either.
Yeah, I think it's 7 o'clock East, so it'll be like 6:30 your time.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's horrible, man. Why are these early ass starts, man?
Yep, TakeOver. Yeah, TakeOver preach. Holy crap. That might be an old TakeOver, though. Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see what time it
So,
starts. I could look it up real quick.
I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, Takeover pre-show at 6:00. Now, I bet you Pat McAfee's there, so I won't be watching.
Hey, Sean, yeah, Pat McAfee, not Sean. I'm not a fan of Cinderella story. It says Truth and Loyalty. I will love for him to win, but most likely Lesnar will win. I'm pulling for Lesnar, says Chuda. Anyone other than Brock, says Peck and Ron. Bob Ruski says yep, that they're pulling. A lot of people are pulling for Balor. Like, I think everybody will be happy to see Balor beat Brock Lesnar. And I know a lot of people hate Brock as a champ, but this is what WWE wanted. They wanted whoever beats Brock to get that big ass pop that, yes, finally Brock is not the champ. And there's a good chance that they could do it with Finn Balor this Sunday night. And fans, I think for the most part, would be pretty happy to see that.
Oh, they're doing a 24 special too Sunday night.
Was it the WrestleMania one?
Yeah.
They signed Rachel Ellering. Are you talking about WWE did? I saw that they were bringing in a bunch of new people into the what is it called? The Performance Center. I didn't know that they signed her. ACH, I heard that was going to be involved as well. That's crazy. That's good. That's good pickups for them. Rachel Ellering, that's a real good pickup for them. What else did we get in the chat room? Better see some surprises in the NXT crowd. Damn it, says Bob Ruski. Is there anyone that is out there that they could show up in the crowd other than maybe Rachel Ellering? If she signed, like, who could they throw out there into the crowd? Is
there anyone left right now?
There's no. Everybody's basically debuted already. Is there a person that they haven't shown on TV or haven't really, announced that signed nothing, too major yet?
Or Chelsea Green hasn't been on TV yet, has she?
Not on live TV, no. I know she's traveled through the house shows, but
I meant like on the NXT Weekly. I don't think she's been on there.
Trevor, says Bob Ruski. Trevor Lee, is he a big enough name to show into it to where people will be like, I know who Trevor Lee is? Because usually they throw in names that people know who they are already.
Or sit him next to somebody who is.
Like a Riddle, like a Keith Lee, like those. Could they show? Is it possible they show Walter? Even though he's not part of the NXT US, but
he's
type of that brand. And
they'll probably show wrestlers from the main roster there.
Right, like they've done before, like Kevin Owens and I think Samoa Joe was there. Yeah, that's a good possibility. We see guys that are on the main roster checking out they've done it with Bayley, I think, before. Sasha Banks as well. Maybe Ronda will be in the crowd for Baszler. But yeah, Trevor Lee, I'm not going to complain. If they have Trevor Lee in the crowd, I would love that. I would actually kind of be, I would mark out a little bit to see Trevor Lee. They made like that type of announcement for him because maybe that means they have some huge things for him. But I know a lot of people pretty much think that Trevor Lee ain't going to add up to nothing on WWE. Imagine if they show Omega. The internet would explode. Won't happen because his contract's not up yet. But if there was some type of an announcement that Omega was coming to the WWE or even NXT.
Man, that would be an insult. Wouldn't it put him on NXT?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't put Omega in NXT. No chance. But if they made that type of a tease during the show, imagine the internet, dude. That would...
People would be pissed off that he goes from main eventing Wrestle Kingdom to being in an NXT TakeOver. I mean, that would be like a big step backwards. I love NXT TakeOver, but for him to be main eventing Wrestle Kingdom and to go to NXT TakeOver would be a big step back.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. Bob Aruki says he can show up at a TakeOver, though, if he has a ticket. Yeah, technically, he could sit in the crowd and watch the show if he has a ticket. That's true, but that's funny. Excuse me. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up. Oh, well, we had New Day, the backstage segment with the New Day. They said they have something huge in store. Do you have anything on them? Do you think they're really trying to break up the New Day?
No, they did this last year too.
You think they're gonna have
so it's
some type of cool spot during the Royal Rumble match?
They usually do, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be all three of them on one show, do it like a triple shoulder thing. That'd be kind of funny.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah,
that pretty much wraps up our recap show for tonight. We touched on Raw, touched on SmackDown Live. Good conversations tonight. Some good interaction. We had some new viewers pop into the show. Yeah, that Kofi spot that is always guaranteed for the Rumble. We had some nice support as well from the Super Hearts, from Kenobi, Speed, Sock Monkey Mike, Jeffrey Cross, all you guys throwing out Super Hearts we always appreciate you guys. If you haven't, again, I'm sorry for saying this again, but we're on Twitch. Get the tables. Easy123 as our Twitter. So if you haven't already, go over there, hit that follow button. You don't have to watch us on Twitch, but the followers are always nice. And we had a great outcome tonight. We had over 1,600 viewers. And then on the other show, before we had the technical difficulties, we had over 800. So we've had a 2,000 viewers tonight again. Unreal. I mean, between the last 4 shows, we've had almost 20,000 viewers. And it's insane. We don't know what we're doing right, but we do appreciate everybody's support. Will Naomi have a spot at the Royal Rumble again? Probably. Expectations for TakeOver? You have expectations for TakeOver, Dave?
Not really. I mean, I'm only really interested in one match. So, I mean, whatever happens after that one match will be just icing on the cake. So, and I'm sure TakeOver will blow it away.
Thank you, Chuda. Appreciate that.
They usually do.
DX missed our announcements on who we think we're gonna win the Rumble. So, who do you have on the men's side for the Royal Rumble and for the women's side of the Royal Rumble?
I mean, isn't it obvious who's winning the men's and the women's?
Minus Rollins, Charlotte, or Becky, who do you think else has a good shot to win the Royal Rumble?
Okay, minus the obvious choices. Who I'd like to see, I go like Andrade. I like to see that. And for the women, I like to see Bayley win it.
Oh, that's a good one. I would say Bayley if we throw out the obvious equation where we probably will see Charlotte and Becky probably throwing each other out at the same time, or maybe even Charlotte or Becky winning it. Rollins is probably the high favored out of the men's side. McIntyre I would throw out there, but I'm already had my bold prediction where I think John Cena throws out Drew McIntyre to start their feud up. Samoa Joe would be a great pick. I would love to see Samoa Joe win, but I don't think he stands a chance. So I'm going to throw Braun Strowman into it and say maybe Braun Strowman wins the Royal Rumble. Maybe a returning superstar. Who could return, though? Who's a returning guy that could win the Royal Rumble? Batista? Yeah. That's a good one.
Goldberg?
Oh, my God, Goldberg. Remember, he's supposed to be the GM, general manager for AEW when it comes on or something like that. But, yeah. Batista's
how crazy would it be? I know this won't happen, but how crazy would the world explode if you hear a song play and the Rumble entrance, and it's You're Only Smoke and Mirrors?
Oh, Cody Rhodes? Yeah, right. But Speeds did say...
I mean, how crazy
do you think last night, because Speeds and Silky were talking about it on their show, that Jericho will be in the Royal Rumble? Do you think there's even a shot?
That would be interesting. I think there's a shot, and no one would see it coming either.
That would be insane.
Now, would his contract with AEW or would Tony Khan say, "Hey, can I go make this one-off spot at the Rumble?" Would he say yes or no? And so it would be interesting. But how crazy would it be? I know it wouldn't happen, obviously, but it would just be nuts. The internet would explode if you had like the Young Bucks or Cody Rhodes show up in this Rumble. The internet would just explode.
Jericho would be is a good one, but the funny thing is that Jericho tonight or yesterday did a tweet, because I think WWE's Instagram talked about how Jericho has like the longest minutes in the Royal Rumble or something like that, and he retweeted it, and his location, everybody, from where the tweet was tweeted at, Phoenix, Arizona. And what's happening at Sunday in Phoenix, Arizona? The Royal Rumble. Just saying. I'm not saying that he's going to be in the show, but it's just kind of weird that if I don't know if you can change where your location is on tweets, where you can put any different city. You might be able to.
Yeah, I think you can.
But maybe that was maybe he was just doing that to kind of troll fans. But I just thought it was interesting that he put that.
I think my Twitter says I'm from parts unknown or something like that.
Yeah, so maybe he put Phoenix to be where his location was at, but he's not really there. But man, imagine if he did come out and the fans would explode. The internet would go crazy. Oh, is there a working relationship? That would be just interesting.
I think a lot of smart fans would realize that, okay, this is just a little one-off, and it shows that Vince isn't mad, about the whole
AEW sent him the scout. Yeah. I'm not sure if his band played in Phoenix or not. I would have to look it up. That could have been another reason why he was there. Now you said the question in the chat said they name one surprise male or female. So who do you think will show up as a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble before we wrap up tonight?
Is it really a surprise, especially with the females? And we seen them all last year and the women's battle royal. I mean, is it really much of a surprise anymore? Because who's left to throw a surprise? What? The only surprise that it won't happen. There would be only one surprise that would surprise me, and I guarantee you it won't happen, would be Gail Kim showing up at the Rumble. That'd be the only surprise that you could really say is a surprise.
Yeah, there's not really any women I could think of off the top of my head that they could throw out there as a surprise that they haven't had already in the Rumble, I think, last year.
In the Battle Royal.
You had Stratus, you had Nia, you had Lita. I think Ivory was in it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Ivory, Trish, Jacqueline, I think, appeared. I mean,
what about Layla
Victoria
or Candice
would
Michelle?
Be one, I guess.
AJ Lee.
I really want to see Candice Michelle. Victoria, I mean, I don't think she was in it last year.
AJ Lee, Tony Storm. Yeah. Rhea Ripley.
AJ Lee, come on. AJ Lee, that ain't happening.
Shayna.
Yes, you're going to hear, on Sunday, you're going to hear Cult of Personality, too.
Yeah, right. Now the male side, who do you think on the male? Melina says Red Sox fan. That could be another one. Male side, who do you think?
CM Punk. Yeah, no.
Jesus.
That's a good one because there's people out there. I mean,
I think you've already said it. I think Batista.
Yeah,
that'd be an interesting.
What about the Brooklyn Brawler?
The Brooklyn Brawler. Oh God, that'd be a waste of a fucking Rumble spot. I'm gonna count.
But didn't you enjoy those though? Didn't you enjoy those stupid little spots? Like, could we see like Wyatt, a DDP again, or like a Kevin Nash, or stuff like that? Did you ever enjoy when they did the little legends that would come in and do it, like little quick spots?
I don't mind it, but
for sentimental.
I feel like nowadays it's just taken away from someone else's spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you hate it when they do the sentimental spots?
Not really.
They have
not too much.
It don't bother me so much. It's me, especially when they did the 60 Rumble. I mean, that was a little easier to do because there was like 60 wrestlers in it.
Oh, my
so that
God.
was a little
I can't
easier
believe
to
they
do.
had that. That was crazy. I still remember that.
And that was a fun Rumble too.
Oh, Scarlett Bordeaux. She's too risque for the WWE's taste, I'm pretty sure. Bellas won't be a surprise. Yeah, but it's in Phoenix where they live, so I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Bellas is in the Royal Rumble. Nash gonna blow his knee out again. That's all right. Okay, so I think that's gonna wrap up tonight's show.
I think Sean Waltman would be a nice surprise.
No, X-Pac. We'll be live again on Saturday night with everybody talking over TakeOver. And then kind of preview again Royal Rumble, get you guys ready for the Royal Rumble as well. Go ahead.
He's going to be there, so why not? And you would mark out like crazy. He's already going to be there, and he already wrestled twice last year. So why not? Why not Shawn Michaels pop in for a Royal Rumble appearance and just get eliminated really quick by Seth Rollins?
Hey, I would love to see HBK, Mr. Royal Rumble in there, but more than likely won't happen. That's a good pick.
He'll be there.
He will be there. But yeah, great show tonight. Have a great. Thank you, Jody Mania. Appreciate that. We're gonna get a lot of spotted at the airport. Yeah, but you know how WWE is. They do a good job sometimes hiding people out for the most part. Like if they really want to hide someone, they'll take their private jet and pick them up and stuff like that. I think he was mentioning HBK Chuda. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do on Sunday night. It's going to be a fun show, everybody. Don't forget, we'll be live on Sunday night as well, right after the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a long show. 6 hours is the Royal Rumble, and then you're going to have us come on right afterwards. We'll be taking, if you have Discord, everybody, this is how we're doing it now on Discord. So if you have a Discord, let us know what your name is, and we can pop you up on here, and you can come on the show with us and chit chat and give us your opinions on what you thought of the Royal Rumble tonight, Sunday night. Saturday night we won't be taking on phone calls, but we'll be listening to you guys in the chat room. Very fun show tonight. We had a lot of new viewers in here, a lot of interaction tonight. The interaction was really strong tonight. Again, I'm sorry for the quick little audio visual difficulties that we had earlier. I think my internet just shut down. I think I had it on the wrong internet speed, but now since I changed it, we were good to go after that. So I apologize for that, but thank you everybody who came back to the show. Thank you everybody who ever came on to Twitch and popped on there. We had about 5 viewers on Twitch tonight, off and on, so I do appreciate you guys over there. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. YouTube, that subscribe button. If you're new to the show tonight, please hit that follow button on Periscope. We're almost at 2,000 followers. I think we're like maybe 50 away. I could be wrong. I think I'm way off. Maybe 500 away. Something like that along those lines. Let me double check real quick. I can't at the moment. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, we're about 50, 60 followers away from over getting 2,000 followers. So that would be awesome. I think that would be sweet if we can hit to or 1,600 followers. Excuse me. I can't count. So if you guys new to the show, please hit that follow button. If you haven't told your friends about us, please share the product, retweet it. We'd really appreciate that. No shoot the shit this week. That means trouble next Saturday. A lot of old news. No, we're gonna have shoot the shit. NXT's only a 5-match card, so I mean we're gonna probably run through that pretty quickly, and then we'll shoot the shit with everybody. A lot of wrestling rumors and stuff like that will be coming out by Saturday. Who's going to be at the Royal Rumble, speculations and stuff like that. And we'll be touching on every single one of them on Saturday night. So let's do one more quick question. What happened to JoJo? I'm not sure what happened to JoJo. That's a good question. Maybe she's pregnant. I don't know. Yeah, what happened to Bray? That's an even better question. Quick little shout out to Peck and Rod, Mr. Budweiser, Adam Awesome, Dave from New Jersey, Alice, Red Sox fan, Jeffrey Cross, Truth and Loyalty, Kevin, Ted, Michael Johnson, Kenobi, Brad, Lucas, Chuda, Emma. Thank you to Bobaruski. Thank you to Jody Mania, Bliss, Speeds, all you guys who came in here and throw out super hard. Sock Monkey, Mike, Kenobi, Jeffrey Cross, all you guys who always throw us super hearts. We really do appreciate the support. One more. Oh, yeah, I already answered that. Great show. This wrestling community is awesome. Thanks all. Thank you, BJ, for joining us all the way from Australia. Appreciate that, man. We'll be back with you guys again on Saturday night. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great hump day. And hopefully the work week goes by fast for you guys. So I think a lot of you had a little short work week this week. So we thank everybody for joining us. Again, one more time, showing you guys the shirt. They'll be coming out next month. I know I've shown you guys this shirt like 4 or 5 times already, but we're just super excited over here at Get the Tables because it's our first shirt ever finally coming out, and I hope you guys would be interested enough to possibly buy one. They're going to only be $15. Shipping and handling will be free. So if you're interested in a shirt, let me know, and I can reserve you a shirt for next month. And we do appreciate everyone's support of the show. Dave, any last words before we're back again on Saturday night? Yes, we'll be touching on Impact again on... Oh, yeah, that's right. For what it's worth, so far, we'll be co-streaming Impact Wrestling. I totally forgot about that. Thank you, DX. Thank you. We'll be co-streaming Impact. Hopefully it works. I was able to get it all going during the weekend. So hopefully, fingers crossed that everything still works and we can co-stream Impact Wrestling, which means I can come on here, we'll talk, shoot the shit while Impact Wrestling is going. I believe I'll be the commentator and Dave as well, so we can kind of just touch on what's going on in the matches. There's our huge world title match on Impact this Friday night, so fingers crossed all things go well that we'll be able to co-stream this Friday night. Thank you, DX, for reminding me. Appreciate that. All right, Dave, any last words?
Yeah, come join us and follow the show. Yeah, come chat with us.
Yeah, we'll be live on Periscope. Maybe. That's a big maybe. If Periscope picks up the video, I will not be on live on Periscope because I don't want to get any type of copyright infringements or stuff like that where we can get our channel suspended or banned. So we'd probably just be live on Twitch. So that's why I really hope you guys will go over to our Twitch and follow us on there. I don't know, DX. I'm probably not on Periscope, more than likely, because I don't want to get in type of any copyright stuff and get banned or suspended. It's happened before to people, and it's just not worth that risk. We've worked really hard on this channel to get suspended or anything like that. So more than likely, it'll be on Twitch. So go over there on Twitch, follow us at Get the Tables, co-streaming on Friday, live again on Saturday, and then live again on Sunday. So it's going to be a busy end of the week for us, but we do hope you guys can join us. Now, again, sorry, Dave. Anything else?
No, just check us out on Friday and see you guys this weekend for a long weekend.
Yep.
Because, Friday we got wrestling. Saturday. Sunday's going to be really long.
Yeah, Sunday's going to be the longest. So get your popcorn and chips and salsa ready for Sunday night and get ready for us after the Royal Rumble. So we'll end you guys with some more Brock Lesnar. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for all the new followers on Periscope and on Twitch. And if you have any questions for us or if you would like to reserve any shirts, just hit us up on Twitter. Appreciate, again, the support. Love you all. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on Friday night. Thank you, everybody.